Did he leave his phone number?
No.
Oh. So what'd you work on so far today, Fernando?
My sanity.
Oh, you're working on your sanity?
Yeah, that's it.
What's up, Marty?
Hey.
It's almost a joke at this point, but yes, there's another Jeep in here. These guys like ducks. Apparently people like their Jeeps, or they just don't like sharing their ducks, but they got a ducks. And I know what the ducks are for. Oh, she's the Scarlet Witch. Oh, now it makes sense. Hey, what's happening, Mr. Berg? So today in the install bay, we just got done doing the high 10 kit in the Jeep. Let me go the other way. There you go. For those of you that have never seen this in here, it does look really nice. They did a nice job. It tucks on. Let me go over to the other side. You can see a little better. It tucks in there really nice. We also added a backup camera to it. We had to do a little to get it as close to center as possible, because if you'll notice, their wheel is not. It's a factory rim right at the moment, but if you'll notice, if it was factory, these would be level, and it's not, because there's a spacer on this to bring this wheel out for whatever reason. So when they did that, they took this hole here off of center, and we still need that camera to get as far center as possible so that it's down the center of the Jeep. And that's true for any car. You always want to make sure that the camera is as centered as possible. If it's off one side or the other, which they actually sent her a license plate cam, which is like the dumbest thing ever. But for every inch you're off, that is going to equate to footage that you're going to be off left or right. So in our brains, when we're backing up, we always look at the screen, split it in half, and that is the exact center. And in some cases, it's not. And so then you think you have more room on the left or right that you actually don't have. Duck, duck, goose. Yeah. Your advice last week on the RAV4 install was spot on and very helpful. Thank you. Holy quackers. Anyways, so this is the Alpine. Alpine makes just a simple Jeep camera. And the EchoMaster is very similar, and everyone's Jeep camera is very similar, and that they come with articulation here so that you can move the camera and whatnot. So we didn't want it to stick out. We wanted it to come over. So it has 2 points of articulation that we could bend, or not bend, but do this and that and make it as far that way as possible, so that it doesn't accidentally screw them up. Now going in, as you can see, the kit tucks in really tight into the dash. All right, hop in, Fernando.
Hop in.
What's up, Oscar? So this is that time when I have a rant as far as manufacturers that make things like this and then write instruction manuals for them without actually having any ability to do installation, or very little ability to do. Yeah, above the hitch cam. Yeah, above the hitch is a good place, but yeah, it can be sketchy. But here's the thing: if you're going to do something like this as a manufacturer, get some installers that actually do this for a living and have worked on the car in the past and really have a good feel for what it is you're trying to do. Would you agree?
Yeah.
You don't sound too right on, You okay there, man? You got
Yeah.
You sure? Anyways, so the instructions for this were kind of useless, and immediately...
They're not useless.
Okay, yeah, they would get you. They'd get you the radio into the dash for sure, and just like the JL. We did it how they said, and then we immediately we're never going to do it like this again, and we came up with a different way to do it. There's no difference here. The only difference was we didn't even bother. We saw what they wanted to do, we put it together that way, and I'm like, nah, this isn't going to work. And then we totally changed it. So
I mean, whatever they give you in the instruction, it works.
what they give you in the instruction will work, but it's definitely not as easy to do as it should be. That's why I sent you my project for that reason. Yeah.
We still have to put it on, man. I know.
No, well, we'll do it later this week because we got to get in your car tomorrow or whatever. Or yeah. Anyways, yeah. To me, that's kind of one of those things that irritates me. It's like, all right, hey, why? Because it almost seems like when you're doing it, it would be common sense to figure that out. But then you have to remember that if you don't do this day in, day out, and pull these things apart like you do, then you're going to come up with a solution to a problem that you're just working to get it done so that you can ship it and print some instructions, and then they're kind of like, I would have done it differently. But, that's okay. It's okay. Yeah. It's not for everybody. But next time, bro, we'll just film a video and that'll be that. We keep saying we need to do that. It's like, I don't know. I mean, everybody else gets these. Everyone we do, they always want to just put a normal doubled in. Right. Or just go full bold Alpine. So weird, but this looks really nice. I mean, it's a nice screen. It looks good. Yeah, take a look. Yeah, I mean, it's a big screen. I think it looks better in this than most. I think a lot of people just don't want it up like that. But let me shut the light off here so it doesn't. It's a big screen. Big screen.
No, definitely a big screen.
Go to radio. Oh, turn that down. Yeah, there you go. Dual USB right here. Got a cool cap you can put over it if you don't want it to be out there. It's not wireless, but you could put one of those rdvfl.com 3-to-1s on it.
That is correct.
And then you can have wireless and Netflix and YouTube and all that other fun stuff. Yeah. So you can definitely do that. Most engineers don't have practical skills. You could correct most. I got a package arriving for Jeff tomorrow. You know what it is.
Very nice, man. Very, very nice.
And for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, friend of the show and Jeff Smith, friend of the show, turns out his favorite thing is Post Raisin Bran cereal. The Post. So we've asked everyone if they want to just like have a fun time to send us a box of Post Raisin Bran. Yeah. Amazon store, just whatever, 5 stars, send it to us, and we'll make sure he gets it. So yeah, shh, he might be in the room. Don't tell anybody. All right. Anyways, hey, love the videos. Really makes learning things about car audio fun. That is the point. So that means we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Thanks for advice on my Tacoma build. Have all the parts now. Just have to get time to install it. When installing door speakers, would you recommend new wire or factory be okay? Factory will be fine. Factory will be fine. Dean and Fernando do amazing work and teach a lot. Thank you, Mr. Berg.
Thank you, man.
I could see I can see true off-road Jeep preps not wanting that in the way, but awesome for pavement pounders. So that's the funny part, is that there are a lot of guys that want this big screen in the dash. I don't know why. I'm not a Jeeper. I don't understand Jeeps, but when they go to Jeep fests and stuff like that, they put in tons of these in the non-pavement pounders. And even though Florida is relatively flat, these guys take these things everywhere. So like very few of the Jeeps that we see are pavement pounders, as you see. As you say, they're driving these things or trailering them all over the country. It's a way of life. I don't know. Why 1,000 hertz to set speaker gain and not something lower like 600, 800, or even lower? That is a wonderful question. It's a very tough frequency. It's a very hard frequency to reproduce, and that's just the standard. I know there's a reason for it, and I've never looked too deep into it. I have at one point, and then I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense, and I forgot. But you can use any frequency you want, but that one is hard on an amplifier, just like 40 is hard on an amplifier. If you're using an oscilloscope, you can use any frequency you want. When you're doing Rockford amplifiers, they do give you the option to do other frequencies that the meter will test, but usually 1,000 hertz is like a sweet spot. But yes, I'm sure there is a definitive, like, this is why we use this, but I don't remember. Whoa, Jeep install. Been waiting on one of those. I know, right? Jesus. Yeah, it's a Monday. I'll send you guys tracking. Tina Fernando, what's up?
What's up?
Love watching the vids. Thank you, guys. I had no problem installing a stereo and a 328i. There you go.
Very nice.
Love those 328i's. A lot of work.
Yeah.
Adventures of Teddy. Jeep people. In Florida, I think Jeeps for on beach. There's only one beach that you can drive a Jeep on, and that's on Daytona. Like, legit. I mean, where I live in Dunedin, there's the causeway, and you can drive on the causeway, but everybody drives on the causeway. Like, you could have a Toyota Corolla and drive on the causeway.
Yeah. You can drive in.
You drive, but Daytona, you can physically drive on the beach, which is where the Jeep Beach Bash is. Daytona Jeep Week, or whatever the hell Jeep. Yeah, they have a whole thing over there. I don't know, it's kind of turned into the motorcycle thing where it's like, oh, Jeeps. Why would my NEX 2300 have speaker pop after ignition is turned off and the radio powers down, but iPhone is still connected? Down not happening if not connected. Unfortunately, pop issues, there's no, like, easy answer for those and why something would do it. I don't know. The answer that they always say to us, is your software up to date? Did you make sure your software is up to date? Is the software up to date? That's the answer that most manufacturers give us. Because, I mean, yes, we run into that sometimes too, and it's just like, it's frustrating and we understand. But there is no, like, oh, it's because you're doing this. Sometimes it is as simple as a software update. Other times it is just like, yeah, we just built a cheap product and didn't think about that. Digging the shirts, I want one. Talk to Haley. Traffic jam on the beach in Jeep. Say what? Yeah. Miss Berg, any news on wireless bass knob? In Jacksonville, there is a beach you can drive on in Tutu. Makes sense. Jacksonville, I could see that. Thank you all. Got a Lumi O-scope and really changed the way I set gains correctly. There you go. Personally, if back to the frequency thing for a minute, if you're working with a factory radio, having multiple reference points is great, because, like, if you don't have an RTA to see your peaks and valleys, then it's going to be really hard. Because let's say if you have a factory radio and you're using 1,000 hertz and you're using like a DD1, and you don't know if there's a peak or valley at 1,000 hertz, and if it's a valley and you set your gains and that's a low point, then you're going to have a problem, because your gains are obviously going to be too loud. Whereas if you had an RTA to look at and see, like, I don't know, an IRTA2.
Yes.
IRTA2. Yeah, that would show you the electrical output, and you could see what frequency is high or low. And then if you had an oscilloscope, you could go and you could say, all right, well, 1,000 has a dip, but 800 doesn't, or whatever frequency you want. And then you could check those frequencies. And if you don't have an RTA, obviously, if you pull several frequencies, and then you can kind of plot your course. You could also do that with a digital multimeter, where you play a frequency, see what the voltage is, write it down, play another frequency with the voltages, play frequencies, so because an RTA is nothing more than 30 voltmeters running at the same time, giving you a graphical display of it. So if you pick 10 frequencies, play those tones, and look at the output voltage, you don't have to play it full blast or anything. You just need same voltage or same volume, this test tone, what is my output voltage? And then if you have a line, you can plot those points on a line and see what is a peak and what is a valley at a specific frequency. So, if you did 10 frequencies around, let's say, a highs amp, then you could plot your factory EQ almost and see, oh, if I play it at 1,000 hertz, 1,000 hertz is 4 dB lower than this frequency, or 5 dB higher. You know what I mean? So there's all kinds of fun stuff you can do there without having nothing more than a voltmeter. What's up, guys, from Tennessee, baby? Tennessee.
Yeah.
Pioneer has that problem with popping. Seen a lot of them with that problem. There you go. Y'all make sense. Every now and then. Hey, Dean, what kind of goodies does Haley like? Want to send her some motivation for boring life? Man, that is a good question. She's really picky. I'll have to think about that. Because right now she's like super picky. I know that's hard to believe considering I'm her dad, but...
Like one thing.
Like one thing that she likes?
One thing that is just like, oh, boom.
I don't know, because like, dude, I got yelled at yesterday for pointing out cheese sticks. Hey, man, you want some... staying away from dairy right now. I'm like... I didn't know. And I got yelled at. And I'm like, bro, it's just dairy. It's just dairy. So
all right, we're gonna find out.
I'll think about it. Because she's all over the board. I mean, what do you expect? For a DM608, can you use just one sub input? I have a cheap Chinese radio with one sub output. I'm assuming you mean RCA. If you have one full range RCA output, you can plug that into pretty much every DSP and populate all of the outputs, because they'll have line drivers, most of them, and in your input setup mode, you're going to direct everything to inputs 1 and 2. So to answer the question, I believe would be yes. Hey, and if you like questions and answers, well, tonight is not the night.
No, tonight is not the night.
Tonight is not the night for Q&A. However, Saturday will be a great time for Q&A. But we don't want you to not watch, because tonight at 6:30, the regular Monday show, which is going to be on Facebook and YouTube, we're going to have a good friend of the show, Mr. Christopher McNulty from Electromedia USA, and he's going to be talking to us about all the new products from Audison and Hertz. So we have a full hour with him. We're going to talk about 2 different brands, DSPs, amplifiers, new speakers, new DSPs, even though I've said that twice because they both have new DSPs coming out. So he's going to take us through and talk to us about all the new products they have. And then on Wednesday night, 6:30, we're going to have in the studio, here live, Seth Hostetter from JVC Kenwood. We're going to talk a lot about all the new Kenwood JVC stuff that's coming out. Yep. And we'll have actual product to show you and film. And Fernando gets to do Fernando cam action all night. You got to remember to put a tripod.
Yes.
So we have 2 great shows lined up for you. And I know you guys are going to be bummed because you always like to ask questions, and I apologize. If there are questions pertaining to what we're doing, then yes, we will try to get to them. But if it's just a generic question like you're asking us here that we love to answer, they'll probably be ignored. I apologize, but just stay, know that Saturday we'll get to those.
Yeah.
You can ask us again Saturday.
Right.
Does anyone still buy and install car alarms?
Yeah.
I think remote start, yes. There's a lot of places that install remote starts. There's a lot of places that do starter kill.
Yep.
Starter kill is kind of having a resurgence now with a lot of these new push-to-start cars. Some reason the manufacturers didn't really think that all the way through. A good friend of ours from Columbus Car Audio, Mr. Jay Cook. If you don't follow Columbus Car Audio here on Instagram, he just put a video the other day talking about new Hyundais and Kias that you can literally peel something off and put your finger in and start the car right up.
That's crazy.
So, and they sell remote starts as well as starter disables for those cars.
Now,
so,
why would you do that? Is because, can you imagine if you just went and install in your brand new Kia, brand new car, an amazing Morel system, right? An amazing Morel system. You have everything Morel. It sounds amazing.
45th anniversary.
Yes, 45th anniversary amplifier is beautiful. Somebody breaks in, right?
Well, they're stealing your car, man. They're not breaking it.
But also, if you want to talk about more about Morel and you want to find out more about Morel, you can go to morelhifi.com and find the beautiful 45th anniversary amplifier in there. Or you can go here in Instagram, Morel America, Morel_America here. Yeah,
okay.
That.
morelhifi.com.
There you go.
There you go. Are the PA3X no longer available? I know that because of COVID and chip shortage, there was a problem. Yeah,
Sounds like an insurance claim.
Yeah, it was. Because of that, there was really they went up to some scene price. They were like $600 or $700. I think even as much as $800 for a PAA 3X during COVID. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what the status is. I haven't looked to buy one in a while. Now that we have the IRTA 2, the only thing we used the PAA 3X for was voltage testing. Meaning hooking up two wires and seeing what was going on. So for $249, you can buy a PA. You can buy the IRTA 2 if you have some form of a lightning adapter on your iDevice, mm-hmm. and if you have it, whatever. Anyways,
iPad,
anything with a lightning device, and you'll have a 2-channel, which is basically the PAA 6X capabilities. Yeah. So for $249, you can turn an iDevice into a 2-channel electrical RTA. It does have a microphone on it, but we never even used it. I don't even think I've ever plugged it in. I know I've never plugged it in. Even on the PAA 3s, I wanted to unscrew it and remove it just because the only thing we bought them for was electrical testing. So yeah, very rarely do we use it for that. If you want a handheld, and you can't find the PAA 3X anymore, then there is another company that also makes them, because I get it. Some people just want handhelds. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to sit here and tell you got to buy my piece. NTI makes the Minimalizer, or the ML1. It's basically their equivalent to the PAA 3. It doesn't have a full color display screen. It is black and white, but it does a lot of the same things. It actually does a few things more. One thing that's nice about this is the boot up time, as you just saw it boot up, is 100 times faster than a PAA 3X. And it still takes it's 100 times faster, because the PAA 3X, we'd still be waiting it for boot up. The other problem with the PAA 3X is that it's rechargeable. And I know you think, rechargeable is pretty cool, but if you don't use it every day, the battery goes dead, and then when you go to use it, it's like doesn't work, and then you still have to wait 3 minutes for it to power up. It will power up while it's plugged in like a laptop, but I don't know that, I like the PAA 3X because of the color display screen. It's a really solid piece. I just don't like the boot up time, and I don't like the battery life. Yeah. Personally, the PAA 3 in my mind was the better one, but they don't make that anymore. PAA 3X. 3-part Iridex popping thing you would imagine. That makes sense. Yeah. Banana Laffy Taffy. Who doesn't like Banana Laffy Taffy? I love Banana Laffy Taffy. Sounds like, okay, sorry, alright, so let's go. Fan meetup when y'all are in Dallas. You're more than welcome to come by. We'll be there Thursday the 24th. We'll be at Jay's Tint. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you're more than welcome to swing on by. Say hi. Oscar will be there. Jeff Smith may be there. Yeah. Maybe there. He's supposed to be, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes, because, he's like the wind. You can't keep him locked down.
That's right.
Yeah, anyways. But yeah, no. If you want to, or if you can't get by on Thursday, DM me on Facebook or whatever, and
we'll see.
We'll be at the Omni. We'll be at the Omni all weekend. You can always come after 8 or 9, and we'll be in the bar. Not drinking, but we'll be in the bar. So
at the lobby.
Yeah, you won't miss us. We'll be easy to find. Just look for a large group of people, and we'll be standing there.
That's right.
Hey, Fernando, did you call me yesterday about my out-of-date car insurance?
Hi, Mr. Willenberg. This is Fernando Lopez from the 12-Volt Car Insurance. Please.
Haley loves Banana Laffy Taffy. No, so that's okay. So she doesn't, though. That's the problem. Like with candy with her, she's super picky. She loves the idea of candy, and she loves the idea of Halloween, but she never eats the candy. Like yesterday, we went to the candy store because her and I walked the mall in the morning because we were bored and wanted something to do. And Sue was still sleeping, so we were like, hey, let's just go to the mall, because it's like 100 degrees out yesterday here. It's 102. And I was like, I'm not just... So we went and did that, and there was a candy store there, and they had the candy I like, so I was like, I'm going to buy some candy. And I was like, you want anything? And she's like, yeah, I guess. She bought like 3 pieces of candy and a blow pop. I'm like... Yeah, it was really... She's weird. Gotta double check. Bobby will wait on Dean to verify. Alright, what am I verifying? Thank you for answering my question. You guys are very helpful. Fro Chicago.
Chicago.
You have a fro in Chicago? Or
from Chicago.
I know, I joke. Peeps are Haley. Oh God, no, that's funny. That's a deep cut, man. That's a deep cut. We did the Peeps. Remember we did that Peeps taste test, and then we brought all the extra Peeps to you guys.
And they didn't eat it.
I know. Well, they tried them. I mean, he was excited.
Yeah.
They were gross.
Like,
Peeps suck. Oh God, Peeps are so disgusting. What did we forget? We're good. Got everything?
Yeah. So.
Sorry, I'm late. Is that a Jeep? Nope. This is a Lamborghini Testarossa we are in.
I wish.
Haley does not like being on Laffy Taffy. I guarantee you she doesn't. Anyways, that's it for today. Make sure to join us at 6:30 tonight. We'll be talking with Electromedia. 100% William. We'll have Chris here. We're going to have a good show. Very, very odd. Yeah.
Old seats in a Lambo. Yeah.
Very old. Very old. Yeah, hard top,
Hard top, yeah, exactly.
But that's it. That's all we got. We'll see you guys tonight. You guys have a great rest of your day. Bye. Well, we wore different colored shirts today. Oh, wait, you were a Kenwood shirt.
Yeah. What's going on?
I got more at home. They bought some Friday.
Okay. Sounds good. How you guys doing?
I'm guessing these guys are doing fine.
I was thinking today.
Oh, you're putting on your hat? Are you a pizza delivery guy? Come in.
Hi guys. Welcome to the show. Today we have Morel pizza. Exactly.
Okay.
Look like a pizza boxes?
I was thinking that or a dozen donuts.
More like a pizza.
I mean...
Because you got slices, right? Look at that. You got 1 slice, 2 slices, 3 slices. Beautiful.
You need help, man.
I know.
You need help.
I know.
I think we have to put the old speakers back in those because I think he's got to send it all back.
Sounds good. There you go.
So finish your promo.
Hi guys, welcome to the show. You can find more about Morel hi-fi.com like these tiny speakers.
Yeah?
Very thin, beautiful speakers. They sound amazing. Here on Instagram, Morel_America. You want to see them?
Yes.
Come over here.
All right, show me. I mean, the Kenwood shirt's not
Don't
helping.
pay attention. Don't pay attention to the shirt. That's the only thing I have. I haven't done laundry, so don't worry about it. Continue with the promo. Look at this. Exactly. Beautiful. Carbon fiber.
What do we have these in?
What do we have, Wes?
What car is this?
Oh, this is a Honda CR-V, 2000 something.
Sure.
Yes, it doesn't matter what year. It's
No.
2010.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you didn't have to do any cutting.
No, we don't have to do any cutting. They have a previous install in here, so we have to do a little bit of
you had to fix it
roadkill
up.
over here. They only have 1 patch over here, but
No, he's someone's asking about he's an EMT emergency. Anyways, so this is an emergency vehicle, believe it or not.
Yes.
So he lives out in the sticks.
Yeah. So the install was good. They did a kind of great job and everything. So we just roadkilled the 4 doors. 4 doors. You can see these ones. These ones are sexy.
So this is the Integra.
This is the Integra.
Yeah, looks nice.
Yes. Tweeters in the center. Oh, beautiful.
He is trying out for Salesman of the Year. Yep, that's him right there. Salesman of the Year.
Okay.
And it's all being powered off of his Morel 5-channel amplifier. He already had that installed. We just had to go through and set gains and crossovers and all that other fun stuff. And he added a kicker downfiring sub. But yeah.
There you go. We just do the treatment on the doors and we already tested. They sound really good.
Of course they sound really good. They're Morels.
You got it, man. You got it.
Yeah. We also put tweeters up in the dash. So this is the mid bass, and the tweeter went up into the factory location here. That spot right there. Was this just a 9 versus 911? Yeah, this is more just a 9. Yeah. Why the shell mounts? Do CRVs have limited space? He had shell mounts in the past.
Yep. He had coax. He had the Integras.
He had Integras up here.
All the way around. And we want to make the stage up.
When it comes to the Honda, there's these 2 little nipples here and here. Like if you were to envision Fernando's knee as the door, then there's another one right there. That you do have to do some trimming to fit a more higher end speaker into. The one thing about the Carbon Nano is that it is that thin. So in the Hondas, you don't have to do anything. You just screw them into the doors and everything is sexy. So it does make the installation go a tad bit easier if you don't have a ton of tools to deal with them. Do we still have, grab one of the old ones that he had. Hi, Natasha. Yes, we did, Bobby. It came in today. Yes. So we're waiting to see if any more show up, and if they do, if not, we're going to give it to him here shortly. Is that a good one? Yeah. So he had
this ones before, of course.
And he was very bad to them.
Yeah.
He was a very bad boy. Hi.
But the front component set is the same thing.
Yeah. So these are actually the previous generation of these. There's the newer one. This is a cast basket, and
you can see the difference between the new one and the old one. The difference is the new one and the old. No.
Yeah, so they have an aluminum basket now instead of the stamped steel. So
yep.
It's very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And my Honda have studio tube behind my front speakers. Okay.
Very good.
Good day in your neck of the woods. I mean, it's raining and lightning, but I guess that's a typical Florida day.
Still a good day. We're here installing Morel. That's right.
Cabin pancakes. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, but no. So, I mean, the nice thing about this is that you don't lose anything. Even though that speaker is ungodly small, you really don't lose any of the sound. Do you have your, grab your phone and go to the Dropbox account.
My phone?
Yeah. Load up Dropbox and grab the song, and we can play them real quick. I mean, I know it's over the phone, but, we'll do the best we can. Hey guys, you guys didn't go to the kicker event. That's because we've already been twice, and they wanted
kicker event?
Yeah, they wanted it to just be new guys.
What? And they don't.
Yeah, I know. Ada is there. A couple other guys are there that we know, but yeah, I asked. I was like, "Hey, can I go?" And they're like, "No, we just want new guys to come." And I was like, "All right, fine." So let's turn it on.
Turn it on. I'm gonna do this real quick.
Yeah. Here, you want to pull the light, or
No.
You good? Okay.
I have to go crazy.
Hola, Oscar.
Hey, Oscar. Did you finish your card, man? It's coming.
All right, so we'll get this going here. All right, so canceling that. So we have the sub playing. So go to menu, EQ. We'll turn the sub down a little bit. I don't want to go too crazy in the volume because I know how but you can see them bounce. That's it.
It's done.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. So there's the song.
Yeah.
I'll turn that
No,
down.
they sound really nice.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
And this is not the first one that we install.
Not in a Honda, no.
Not in the Honda.
Actually done them in Accord a couple times.
Yes, and we're like surprised how much.
The first time we were surprised. The next, now it's just old hat.
Correct. Yeah.
I think this.
But still, you're still surprised because you see them and they are so thin, and you're like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Nice dance moves.
I know.
That's Natasha. She's a nice dancer. Next time we're over there, Natasha, we'll have a dance off between you and Fernando.
Yeah, break dance and all that stuff.
I knew he was a robot. Yeah, he's got a screw loose. There's no question about it.
Is that wrong here? Because
it is Tuesday.
yeah.
So yes, bring it, she says.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Bring it.
All right.
Magic Fernando. Let's see. So it's Tuesday. Tomorrow night is Wednesday, which means tomorrow night we have the JVC Kenwood
That's right.
show that we're doing at 6:30 over on Facebook and YouTube. Don't forget both. We'll have Seth here in the house talking with new stuff, new products, new fun and excitement. So make sure to tune in for that.
That's right.
Saturday will just be the standard Q&A show. Thursday night is Hi-Fi Vegas Network, where we're going to do whatever it is we do Thursday night. And other than that, I think this is just going to be a normal week.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else to report on. There'll be some videos. There'll be some other fun stuff that.
We have plenty of people coming into the show. We're going to be at Knowledge Fest in 2 weeks.
Ooh, the 24th we'll be at Jay's Tent in the afternoon, hanging out for a couple hours with Oscar and maybe Mr. Smith. Maybe. So if you're in the area, you want to stop by and say hi. If you don't, we totally understand.
Right.
Like you got to work or something like that. We will be at the Omni later that night,
Correct.
as well as the 25th, 26th, which is Saturday and Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
We'll be hanging out at the Omni in downtown Dallas.
With the Omni?
Yeah. We'll be in the bar at
Yeah.
nighttime, so you can easily find us there after 9
Yeah.
or 10, whenever we get done eating dinner.
Correct.
So by all means, if you're in the area, you want to stop by and say hi, or if you're in the industry and you're not going to Knowledge Fest,
But
what
just
were
to
you
stop by, you don't have
thinking?
to say hi. Just stop by.
I mean, the thing is okay, if you're a professional and you don't go to a Knowledge Fest of some kind, there's 4, or a Master Tech Expo, or Go Fast, or
Any industry event.
any industry events like
Yes.
this, it's a shame, really, because you're missing out on so much
Yes.
information that is just readily available for you to get your hands on. A lot of Texas tea.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try.
I mean, I prefer the Texas toast, but
We're going to party.
it's just one of those things where going to these conventions, for
We're gonna
one,
be like
you
this.
can learn a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
2, it's just it's a lot of fun. And whoever goes to our class, which is Friday morning,
Yes, correct.
it's going to be a photography class. We're going to teach you how to use your phone to take better pictures, of course. We give away a car.
yes, a brand new car.
This brand new car is going to be a Camaro. So
Chevy
this
Camaro.
we're giving away a Chevy Camaro. So
See,
120,
who
124
give you
scale.
a brand new car.
Yeah, and this one's cool too because the lights
this
come
is
on, the
good.
doors
Oh.
open, the trunk opens, the hood opens. I'm anxious. Hopefully, we get some really good pictures out of this one.
So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun. And then of course the after events are really.
And I feel every time you go to these events, it's not necessarily going to the classes and everything, but go and talk to the people, other installers, other salesmen.
Yeah.
That they give you the input, what they do, or different things that they do in the field. You always learn about that stuff.
Yeah,
too.
and then mark your calendar. SEMA is coming up in November, so
Okay.
the first week of November will be SEMA, and that is open to the public on Friday.
I'm gonna mark my calendar. right now.
It's Friday, right? Yeah, you do have to get a
It's in
ticket,
November, right?
but it is open on Fridays. We'll be with Audio Control on that event, so that'll be pretty cool. So the last day of SEMA is open to the public. You just have to get a badge. It's pink. And,
Yep.
you get to come in and see everything, which is really cool. So if you're in Vegas in November, you might want to head out to SEMA or make plans to visit for that one day. It's kind of neat. Yeah, I believe you can walk around outside anytime you want. Like, I think the outside is pretty much open to anybody because it seems that way. It's just getting into the halls. You have to have a badge. I don't know. It just seemed that way when we were there. How do you like your steak done, Fernando?
Medium rare.
You like medium rare?
Yeah. I still have to, I don't want to dry.
I like mine to taste like chicken or pork.
Okay, steak tastes like chicken.
Yeah, you can call it steak, but it better be chicken or pork.
That's right.
Yeah. Like pork chops. I even do lamb chops.
Oh,
lamb
dude,
chops
the last time we tried those pork chops, that was really good.
Pork chops are good. Yeah. But I don't do steak. Anyways, so that's what's going on. Other than that, not much new and exciting to report. We had the big show last night. It's Tuesday, right? So yeah, we had the big show last night. If you didn't catch that, watch the rebroadcast. If you're a fan of Audison Hertz, specifically Audison, we did spend a lot of time on Audison.
A lot of time.
So if I know a lot of you guys were like, oh, we didn't have time to get to Hertz. I apologize.
But it's always. We can have him.
Yeah, we can get Chris back on and talk about some of the Hertz stuff, some of the Hertz speakers, some of the Reen stuff like that. So we can always have him on at a later date, and we can talk more about that. We're trying these interviews because we, obviously with COVID, we got out of doing live presentation for a long time because I personally didn't like having or doing an interview if the people weren't here in the install bay, and that's just not going to happen. When is the video going to come out?
Which one?
Which one? You got to be more specific. If you're talking about the video of McNulty's car, it'll probably be tomorrow. So I'll try to edit that up and get it out tomorrow since we just talked about it. So that would make the most sense. We'll make plans to fly in from South Africa and attend SEMA.
That's awesome.
Make sure you do it as a dealer. So start getting your registration in now so that you can go to the whole event.
That's amazing. Look at that.
Yeah, if you, I'm sure you've already thought of that because it's a hell of a drive from South Africa to Vegas. Yeah, you have to take the tunnel. Goes under the Atlantic. Yeah. I get Haley with that one every time. 2018 Nissan Murano Bose system. I want to delete sub and add an amp and sub. Is the Metra amp bypass plug gonna work? Depends. Depends on the Murano. Really, at the end of the day, if all you're trying to do is add a sub amp, I thought the Murano was a spare tire sub. But either way, if you're just adding a sub amp and nothing else, you don't want to bypass the amplifier.
No.
You may want to just bypass the sub amplifier, and if it has an external sub amplifier and it's a Nissan, it's going to be a variable voltage output, so you can actually just add RCAs. If it's an all-in-one amplifier and it's a Nissan, you should still be able to go in front of the factory amplifier and grab a full range signal, or just come out of the factory subwoofer with a high-end, high-level to low-level adapter, because you're going to need to. It's going to need some voltage, so you want something like LC1i or LC2i Pro, or possibly an Epicenter Micro. But the Nissans do still use variable voltage, so you might be able to get a full frequency variable voltage signal before the amplifier, and if you can, just add some RCAs and use that. Possible to run 2 kicker key 200.4 for 2019 Accord components in front and rear. So the answer to that question is technically no, in the regards of if you're trying to use it to set up the full kicker DSP. It's not made to be anything other than a front DSP style, but that's not to say that you can't just use it as a conventional amplifier. You just won't get the advantage of the EQ or the time alignment, because it's made to go up front.
Right.
So really, it's made to do is a front stage, mid-range tweeter, or front and rear. It's not made for just rear. We've thought about this a lot and how you could possibly get it to work, and at the end of the day, nothing really makes any sense as far as that goes. So,
like you say, I mean, you can use probably like 200.4 to go active in the front, and just use the second one just for the rears.
Yeah, but it's the rear it's just not made for that. We're trying to do an inexpensive DSP type 100%. Thing. It's just not made for that. It'd be a bad idea. I don't know about that, but you're welcome. On a DM608, how do you set input gains? It has a milk light on the amplifier, so it has an input RTA in the software. So you can look at the signal coming into the DM608 on the software side of things on your input and play pink noise and see what that looks like. And see if there's any peaks and valleys or dips or things like that. And then you can adjust your gains by using that and the milk light. I'm starting at negative 3 dB before I even get going because I just want to get into the tuning aspect of it and start doing some tuning side of things. I'm not worried about getting all those watts. I'm worried about getting it to sound good. And then I deal with that in the end. And there again, it's not necessarily looking to get every single inch of power that comes out of the amplifier with the DSP. It's a different kind of mindset, I guess. I don't know. Yes, I want a full DSP experience. Which other amps you recommend for DSP to run all 8 speakers? All right, so in a Honda Accord, you have a center channel. If it's an amplified system, so there's 2 systems in a Honda Accord. You have an amplified system and a non-amplified system. I don't know if you mentioned which one you have, but if you have the amplified system, you have to have a center, a sub, front tweeter, front mid. You have to have at least those 6 inputs. If it is a non-amplified system, it's 4 channel. It's left, right, front, rear. So those dictate what you can do with the system. If
non-amplified.
So if it's a non-amplified, you need 4 inputs. Yep. That's it. You need front, rear. So from that, you can do anything you want. If you want to go 8-channel active, you can look at an 8-channel active amplifier, something in that range, like an 8-channel DSP amplifier, depending on how much power you want. You're looking at a kicker key. You could probably go with the JBL 8-channel DSP amplifier.
Correct.
That would give you all the joy of a DSP and the compact size of a kicker key. So I would probably go with the JBL 8-channel DSP amp. Mm-hmm. It's going to be right in that price point.
Yeah.
Nice shirt, blue 5-star. Thank you.
Yep.
The JBL DSP has 8 channels, right?
Look at that,
reasonably priced. Very much. Yeah, there you go, right on point. Yeah. John, I looked into that one. Wasn't sure if it'll work. It'll totally work. It'll totally do the job. Soft dome versus hard dome tweeters. Your thoughts? So I'm a soft dome guy. I like soft dome tweeters. I like the way cloth sounds. I've always liked the way cloth sounds. I've always run cloth. I've installed tons of hard dome tweeters, so I know what they're going to sound like. Which one?
That's cloth.
And there again, it's not to take away anything from hard dome. We carry 3 brands, 3 high-end brands, Hertz, Morel, and Focal. And all 3 of them have a different sound signature. The thing that people love about Focal is that they are a hard dome tweeter, and they have that hard dome sound. For me, it's not my cup of tea, but there's plenty of people that it is. So volume-wise, they're both loud. Soft dome versus hard dome both get to the same volume. It's just their natural sounds are a little bit different. So you have to choose which one you like. 2018 Silverado. Any other options besides the AX, DSP, XL, GL9? 2018 Silverado, you can do an Amp Pro and then add any DSP you want.
The GM61.
Yeah. Amp Pro AP GM61. We'll go into that, whether it's Bose or non-Bose. So if you have a non-Bose 2018 stereo, the technology that GM uses is a system called MOST, and MOST carries the audio signal. So the Amp Pro GM61 is a MOST adapter. In a Bose environment, everything audio is carried over the MOST bus. In a non-amplified Bose system, all the digital is carried over it, but the analog may be just left or right channel only. Regardless of that, once you install the unit, when you play either Sirius XM or FM, If you lose one channel or the other, there's a dip switch on the side. There's dip switch 3. Unplug the unit, flick dip switch 3, plug it back in, and what that'll do is that'll mirror the channel to the other channel. So if it's the left channel, you'll have 2 left channels for FM and SAT, which both sound like crap anyways. So it's just to complete the sound. Your digital, which is your Bluetooth, your phone plugged in over the USB, will both be stereo. So SiriusXM is crap anyways. So if that's a primary thing for you, I understand. You could also do SiriusXM over your phone, and then you'll have a stereo output. So either way, the Amp Pro GM61 is what we would use. Just explaining to the consumer or the end user what it is you may or may not lose. Now, not every single time you put it in is the most bus not carrying both signals for analog. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It just either does or it doesn't. So that's why they put the switch in. It's pretty cool. What do you think of Chris' new Forza 5-channel? Pretty cool. More inputs control. I mean, yeah, that's the idea. I mean, I think I was pretty excited last night. As you can see, it's taken a lot out of me. I'm not excited right now. So soft tones would be better for SQ systems. Not necessarily, because in an SQ system, if you're doing like a 3-way set, most of the time you're crossing that hard dome tweeter up really, really high. So the mid-range is really the most important thing in that situation. So you may want a hard dome to give you the really crispness, and then and then cross it over 5,000 and let the mid-range come in and do the rest. So there again, it's one of those weird things. Like a Morel tweeter they'll typically play down to like 2,200 hertz.
Yeah, very low.
Or 2.2K or lower. So it's just a different design. So they'll play a full octave lower than a Focal hard dome. Not that they can't do it. It's just that's what Focal recommends, usually crossing over at 5,000 hertz.
Okay, yep.
So, and there again, it's just there's no right or wrong answer to this question. I've heard both in a competition sound quality system, and they're both very impressive. It just comes down to, when you're not competing, what can your brain tolerate? Okay, what for me, I typically find the hard domes fatiguing. Whereas soft dome typically doesn't do that for me, but I also have some high frequency issues with hearing, so it's just a personal thing.
Have issues.
I know, I just got issues. I'm old. Thanks for all tips, guys. I have a quick question. When you finish this up, I'm a pretty good installer. How hard is prying the wood grain trim off the dash of an 06 010 Cadillac? It's not necessarily hardness, it's having the right tool to pry off, stuff like that, as you say. So D&F Tool Drawer is a great place to find tools. That's D&F Tool Drawer. This piece right here, this is a pry bar that we use. This is actually used for windows, so like when you need to get into a window and stuff like that. But for us, and this is for working with glass, but for us, this is a great pry tool for getting into and not scratching or breaking anything. And then the other thing is from the aircraft industry, which is this guy right here. You can pick these up on Mobile Solutions, and now they do have them on Amazon. The reason this is for getting aluminum panels off of an airplane, but what makes it nice, you can see it's super thin, and this will get into those really tight cracks and usually pry it up enough so that we can then get this guy in without scratching it. So these are the tool pieces we use to attach to anything. When you're talking about real wood grain and not plastic wood grain, where you really have to be careful is at the edges, because those are what typically will crack. And
if you find instructions how to remove, just read carefully.
Yeah, of course.
Take your time.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Metro Online is a really great place to find instructions to get a dash apart if you can't find a YouTube video. Speaking of SQ, you answered my question last time about not liking all SQ cars. If it's no bother, what didn't you like? Was the sound too flat? Yeah, I mean, I guess that would be the best thing. I don't. It's one of those things that I know what I like, and as Huey Lewis says, I know what I like. And sometimes when I'm just in there, listen, I got into car audio because I wanted to be wowed, and I liked bass, and I liked speakers in my face, and I liked getting out of my car and my ears going, and that's why I got into car audio, and that's why I stay in car audio, is because I still like that. When we're done with a car, we do a volume test, and we want to make sure that it's impressive, and that whatever we did is the most impressive system, and we've gotten all the watts out of everything. And that world is different than my world, just like the SPL world is different than the SQ world. And there's a lot of micro universes in car audio that all coexist, but might not all be the same, and we don't have the same thoughts and practices, and some people that's a problem and they hate on it, and other people can just move in and out of them freely without any issue. I will sit in everyone's SQ car, and I know what they're supposed to sound like, so I can give it a fair assessment. It's like I've sat in enough of them, not a million, but I've sat in enough of them to go, oh yeah, no, this sounds really good, and I get what you're going for here. But that doesn't mean that's what I want to listen to. So it's not my cup of tea. I'll borrow that one. So, but that's okay. I mean, it's okay. I can appreciate what they've done. And when it's wrong, it's wrong. And you're like, ooh, that's wrong. For a 2022 RAV4, I think the dash is 3-inch. Should I stick with the 3-inch in the dash or a tweeter? Just planning to do a 6.5 in the door. Just not sure on the dash. Budget for the front is $1,000. I mean, if you got $1,000. If you get into a really nice set of 6.5-inch components with an amplifier to power them, I think you'll be pretty happy. Mm-hmm. I don't see that as being a problem. So you get a really nice set of speakers, then it'll sound really, really good as long as you power them properly. Try to do it off the radio. Dean is a bass head. At one point. Fernando, what's up?
What's up?
Thank you. You guys rock. Yeah, it comes from the SPL world. Fairly new to SQ. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. I like how we segregate ourselves. It's like, I'm from the SPL world. Listen, there's plenty of SPL systems out there that you sit in and you're just like, God, this sounds amazing. I just don't think they get the fair shot. I mean, when I was at the EMMA finals, that was one of the things that the SPL guys are judged on, is sound cue out of the back of the car. They had judges standing outside of the back of the car, and you had to get sound cued, tested. Like, they were literally judging you on what it sounded like from the back of the car with the doors open and all the audio playing in the back. And it had to sound good. And it did. It sounded great. And it was impressive. I think here in the States, we don't really take that as serious as they do over there. But we also take our SPL a lot more serious than I feel they do, just because of the way they're judged. Because, some of the systems over here are just literally break shit.
Here?
Yeah.
It's not the purpose?
Yeah, I think it is the purpose. But I feel there's plenty of SPL guys that sound amazing.
Yeah.
For those rear-end romance moments, yeah. Or just blinding the guy behind you with your horn tweeters. I did DB Drag in the late 90s and definitely segregated us from the SQ guys. Oh, dude, trust me, when we went to Daytona for the last Spring Break Nationals, the DB guys were like a mile away. They were all the way on the other side of Daytona Speedway. I mean, they put them in the farthest corner of that place that you could possibly get to. Mm-hmm. It was freaking hilarious. You had to take golf cart to get out there. Oh my God, it was just ridiculous. It was so sad. But they just don't want them around. Is the big 3 upgrade worth it? It really just depends on the car. That's one of those things where it's going to be car dependent. So we need to know, and there again, you don't have to tell me here because I'm not going to know every car off the top of my head, but it just depends on the car and what the factory ground plane is like, and also what you're trying to do. The age of the car matters. So that's really it. I mean, the bigger the system you're building, the more important it is to make sure that these things are done to the best as they can. But the newer the car, the more complicated that gets. So it can be a lot of fun. Right?
Yeah.
Milli Pro 6x9's any good? Ooh, do they make a Milli Pro 6x9? I'm assuming they do.
Yeah.
That's a coaxial, right? Dude, I haven't even seen the Milli Pro 6x9s. One of my favorite 6x9s years ago was the Hertz, what were they called? High Energy.
Yeah.
The High Energy 6x9 was like hands down. They were stupid money back then. I mean, like ridiculous amounts of money back then. But they sounded great and were super loud and pretty awesome. Yeah, coaxials. Yep. I'm sure they're wonderful, because if they're anything like the previous ones, then yeah. I know we've done the SPL show 6x9s before, and we had a lot of fun with that. And I think the main difference between the two is the Neo magnet versus the regular magnet. So, yeah. And I think it still uses this. I know on the SPL show one, it uses the same tweeter array that the high energies use. So, yeah. I can only assume that they sound wonderful, and they're silly loud. Morel 3-way elates. Yes, but if you're going to do the elates, make sure, so the new elates has the bigger, it's available 2 different ways. So it's available many different ways. So they have 2 different tweeters and 2 different mid-range. So make sure when you buy the elates, you know if you have room for the big tweeter or the small tweeter, or if you have room for the big mid-range or the shallower mid-range. So that's important, because, you can get them that way. So you have to make sure you get the right ones. Can you tell the difference between a high-end ARC, Audison, or Moscone amps, or are they all relatively the same at certain levels? Man, that is a great question and a tough question to answer. I will say this: when you're talking about a really high-end amplifier, they do sound better. Okay, they do sound a lot better, and especially when you're talking about like a high-end AB amplifier, a high-end D amplifier, like all of these higher-end amplifiers, they put a shit ton of effort into making sure that they sound great. Mm-hmm. And the thing you have to remember is that each amplifier manufacturer has a little different taste for what they want their amplifiers to sound like. So, you take 3 different amplifiers and you put them on the same set of speakers, you're going to get a little bit different sound.
Yeah.
Elate Carbons have 2 tweeter options. Mid-range is a 3-way, all using the same mid-range. Listen, Casey, don't make this difficult on me. You send us a different mid-range for Mike's truck. So, I know there's might not be the carbon mid-range, but there is a different Elate mid-range. So, right?
What are you talking about?
I know. I'm just giving him a hard time. Speaking of Casey, how you liking that new car, Casey? Yeah, the new system. It's like having a brand new car.
It is.
I know. I can't wait to see it in person.
I can't wait to hear it.
Which is the Elate shallow mid? There is no Elate shallow mid. You're talking about the dome mid. So there's an Elate dome mid that is the previous dome. It's not the current carbon, because I don't think they don't make a carbon dome. So I think in Sejecki's we did the 6, the tweet, and then we did the dome mid-range, because that's all that would fit in the dash. Give him hell, Casey. I mean, hey, I'm fine. I mean, he's the man, so what do I got to say? So there's 2 mids. Yes, there's a Elate dome mid, and then there's the Elate carbon mid. Why are you giving me a hard time, Christian? Just let it go, man. You'd ruin both of them. Mr.
CDM 880.
The dome mid. See? CDM 880 was the dome mid. Which means it's probably not available anymore.
No.
I have a set. You want to buy them?
Get him in stock.
Anyways, will the late run good on a 612, or do I need new amp? No, the 612 is perfect. The 612 will run the Elates just fine. It's 120 watts channel. That's plenty of power for a set of Elates. I'm just surprised that Casey. Look at the picture. Casey's got a nice. There's Casey and Natasha right next to one another. I don't know. That's so sweet. I don't have anything like that. No. I'm hearing rumors that the new Class D amps are just about as clean as AB. Class D amps were dirty when I competed. So yes,
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago, and okay, DSP technology has changed a lot, and I know what you're saying. Well, it's just a straight power amplifier, but every Class D amplifier has some form of equalization built into it. It has to, just to make it sound the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Yes, expensive Class D sound great, and very few people I feel would be able to sit in a car and go, "Oh, that's an AB. I can tell that's an AB." I've had people do it, but when you're looking at so if you take like a $250 Class D amplifier and you compare it to, let's say, a $1,200 Class AB amplifier, you're probably going to hear a difference.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, there's something different. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something different. And if it's a high bias Class AB amplifier, you're definitely going to notice a difference. But there again, it's going to be one of those things where you're like, there's something different. Now, that's straight power. If there's been equalization in DSP and all that crap applied to it, you might not be able to tell the difference because they've tuned the car to sound the way they want it to, so you might not be able to. But if you're talking straight power, no DSP, no EQ, just here's this, here's that, here's a set of speakers, but there again, we're talking hundreds of dollars of difference here, so it's really not a comparison that you're going to be making realistically. So let's not deal in fantasy. Before carbons, okay, yeah, I know. Perfect, thank you for your help. JB, oh wow, that's rough, man.
What?
Do you agree?
JBL?
No, it's
no,
junk but loud. No, I tell you what, Natan, if you didn't catch the video we did on the Arena X speakers, we were nice enough, a gentleman by the name of Natan was nice enough to send us the pictures of his car that he competes with and destroys people with his car, where he uses all Arena X speakers. He also works for Harman.
Or I'm guessing you're talking about the factory JBL.
Yeah, but that's not good. Toyota JBL sucks, but
well, that's what I'm saying.
Either way, I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Listen, everyone, every single manufacturer makes something that they're like, yeah, we had to make this. We settled. Everyone makes something like that they're just like, yeah, we got these. If that's what you want, we got those. And there again, I don't think Harman is any different. But neither is anybody else. I mean, right. But we could always throw out the Ford thing. I found a road dead. And I've been in a Ford on the road dead. So it's true. But I still drive a Ford. Hey, if I get a Morel mid-driver, it's going to be you and Nando trying to figure out where they're going to go in my door. I'm just saying. You're so funny, Christian. Yeah, I got a Dremel.
Got it.
JB, like many brands, have different levels. Yes, Nando's car is amazing. Oh, 100%. Like Ford with the Pinto. There again, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes something. It's okay.
I just like Pinto beans.
Okay. Pinto, yeah. Just had an experience with JBL amp. A lot of problems. Hey, and there again, totally understand. Why not? I mean,
yeah, but I just don't want to, because you have a bad experience with one product.
Well, yeah, and there again, that's
cannot just say
correct.
The whole thing.
And that's the difference between our perspective on things and somebody who,
because we have plenty bad experience with product, right? And it's like, okay,
everybody has a bad day.
Something different. Oh, okay.
Everybody has a bad day.
Right.
And equipment is no different.
Yeah.
There is a failure rate of some percentage, usually low, and somebody's gonna get that one. And it's like, that's when it all goes wrong.
Be more.
It's like, oh man, everything went wrong with this crap.
Oh, totally.
The difference is we have more that we can deal with. So, I've heard people say getting good low end response in the trunk is hard. Would you guys agree with that? In the trunk, like deep bass, I've never had that problem. Like 212's ported, it's real simple. It just puts out a ton of bass. I mean, I don't know what you mean by deep bass, but I mean, I think loud bass maybe. I don't know. So I mean, there's plenty of guys that like do, like, if you want deep bass, there's like, you know, you cut a hole, you free air mount a woofer like a 15, and you can get like 20 hertz playing all day long, but it's not necessarily going to be loud. But you know, a normal ported enclosure in the trunk usually like goes crazy. So I don't know. It's there again. It's one of those weird questions.
What are we looking for? Yeah.
Is the new Audison software you talked on YouTube also for the old Audison Prima? No, it will not be backwards compatible. It is only going to be moving forward. So all the old software is still going to be for the old equipment. But moving forward, everything, all the new products coming out are just going to use the new software. So like the previous generation Forza software will eventually just be something people have. I mean, it's probably going to be around for the next 10 years because the amplifier will be around for the next 10 years.
Oh, so what that means is time to upgrade, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, just spend more money. But no, they're not, because they're, again, they can't make it backwards compatible because the processor that is in the new product is it's a different technology. So, you know, sometimes a manufacturer just has to, which Audison has never had a problem doing, cutting the cables. Because, I mean, like, even McNulty last night when we were talking, it's like he's got 5 different DSP softwares for Audison on his computer because it's all different. And it's just the way it is. So we're going to have one more software, but this will be the last software.
Yeah.
So,
last software.
Would you consider the new Forza for your lab? For me personally, no. It's not big enough. I want way more power than what those guys have. For his car, oh hell yeah, why not?
Test it,
Yeah, we'll play with anything. But no, I want big power, man. I want my lights to dim.
How much is big power?
I don't know. I don't know. I just want big amps. I'll probably never listen to it like that all the time. What am I saying?
Like 300 gigawatts?
Oh yeah, man. I want lightning. I want just like tweeters. Yeah.
500 watts.
I want my late carbons just to be like, yo, bitch, look at me.
Wow, just like that, huh?
Just like that.
Wow,
just like
okay,
that.
So that's a lot. That's a lot.
Is the JL Audio W7 overrated, overpriced? They're both. I think JL makes the best musical sub, but I don't see them around much. I don't think it's either. I don't think it's overrated or overpriced. I think it's exactly what it needs to be for JL Audio. You know, here's the thing in how I approach those guys, and not JL in specific. Let's take the big three. Let's take Kicker, let's take JL, and let's take Rockford. Right now, Kicker has been talking about the new Solo X, whatever the hell it's going to be, L7 Solo X, for the last 2.5 years, and it's coming. We know it's coming. We've seen it. You know, there it is. And Rockford has the T3s, the 19 and the 13, which are massive speakers that are just amazing. JL Audio has the W6. W7. And these are all big ass drivers to do things. But now you're going to compare them to, let's say, a Sundown-esque speaker, because that's all those categories of subwoofers. There's guys that'll look at a W7 and the other three, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'll never buy that. They're expensive. They're over." And it's like, those weren't made for you. They were made for somebody else. You know, very rarely are you going to see somebody with like a wall of W7s.
No.
Because it's not what that genre is called for. But you will see somebody that has like one W7 in the back of their car, or you know. So it really comes down to the segregation of car audio and who the client is, what you're looking for, what your objective is. There's some people that would never look at those internet brands like that. They want a W7. That's their woofer. They want that, and they feel they understand what they're getting, and so that's what they do. So that'll always be that way. That'll always be that way, and it's fine and it's cool. And for every person that wants this, there'll be 10 more people that say you're stupid. And it doesn't make any sense. It's like, let us have what we want. So as far as that woofer goes, I've always been impressed when I've heard it. I would never take anything away from it. I think no one has ever built anything the way they built that. Probably because they have the patent on it. But it's really impressive for sure.
Yeah.
So, and I'm with you. I think JL makes some of the best sounding subs, period.
Yeah.
Probably fourth order box would help to solve the sub frequencies in the trunk. Yeah, I poured it into the car, but then it's no longer in the trunk. Hoffman and Pioneer send out firmware updates whenever it's needed.
Yeah.
Really,
yeah,
just
you
comes
just
down.
gotta go and check the website.
It's whenever it's needed. If you register your product, then with the manufacturer, like when you buy a radio, if you register it with the manufacturer, that's when you'll find out about your firmware updates. Because usually they'll send out email if you've registered your product. JL knocked it out of the park with their live audio gear. My personal opinion, I think they have a long way to go in car and home audio. Just my opinion. Yeah, hey, and there again, it's one of those things where can't argue with that. It's can't argue with that. Whether it's true or not, again, it's how you see things. So, it's what it is. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, Kicker L7X for the win. Bobby, you haven't even seen it. It's right now. It's vaporware. We know it's coming. It's a little bit more than vaporware. It's like Tupperware. You can see it, you can feel it, but it's mostly plastic. It'll be here soon enough. I was saying low end response from a subwoofer in a trunk, not truck. Oh, sorry.
Come on.
Sorry, man.
Come on.
I noticed a lot more low end bass and more. I love my head towards windshield. When it comes to a truck, the shallow mount woofers have come an extremely long way. It's funny because we were just talking with Jeff about the L7Ts, which is Kicker's square sub, and how just amazing the bass response is out of those little tiny pancake woofers. And then you have companies like Foxbox and Bobby Gately and a handful of others that are making these under-seat truck boxes that for an inch more you could fit a normal woofer in, and these, and they've managed to squeak out every single cubic inch of space they can to make these woofers sound amazing. So we've heard and done some amazing truck boxes that just sound great. One of my favorite woofers is the Comp RT from Kicker, which is their shallow mount driver. I think it has a tremendous low end response. Is it as loud as a conventional driver? No, but does it get as low as a conventional driver? It sure as hell sounds like it sometimes.
Yeah.
So W7 for the win. New Durangos, what have you done for front tweeters? They are super tiny. I don't remember. We just did one not too long ago. I think it was a Rockford system. But Rockford tweeters get really tiny. You need a 9-channel for that thing. No. Get over that. All right, guys, listen.
Yeah.
That's it for now.
That's it.
We're going to go. We're going to do our things. We got to get the door panels back on this because we got to deliver the car here in another 30 minutes. So you guys have a great day. It's Tuesday. Go forth, be merry, have a lot of fun. We'll see you guys tomorrow on the show, 6:30. Seth Hostetter, JVC Kenwood. New products going to be announced. So make sure you guys join us. You can watch it on Facebook. You can watch it on YouTube. 6:30. Boom. Bye. Playing in a second.
Okay.
What are you doing with the bottle?
Shaking it.
It's empty.
Okay,
Let's
that's.
see if it has more.
You can shake it all you want, man. Ain't nothing coming out.
Goodies here for me?
Seth did not leave goodies. I mean, he left a lot, but it's all in the white and black boxes of like, don't actually hope this does what we need it to do.
So
Yeah.
yes, guys, we have a new installer working here.
Yeah. Not.
That's right.
Yeah. No, but it's cool. So like anytime he leaves us something, he prints off all the one sheets for us, which is unlike anybody else.
They have Alexa built into it.
Oh, they all have yes, that is the new feature this year. So you can say, "Hey Alexa," and she'll.
So that's a good dude, man.
This is live, right? You don't have to suck up to him.
Oh, I didn't know you. Oh my bad. Seth is a good dude.
No, he is. We had a good time last night.
So what's up?
So here's the funny part. All right, so come on over into the frame, Fernando, so that you're not way over there. All right, so the other day,
Yes.
you remember we had a conversation when we were talking about food.
We were talking about.
Remember when we were talking about food the other day?
Like, what you eat?
We were talking.
Like to eat.
Yeah, and we so like we started talking about milk.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know, like we started talking about how you would bring a bowl of
Oh, yeah.
not a bowl, but a Halloween bowl.
Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your lunch would be frozen milk poured over the top of cereal.
Yeah.
And then we started, okay, remember that?
Yeah.
And then we started going down like how picky you were about your cereal and how like
Yes.
like you can't do Cocoa Puffs.
No, because they contaminate my milk.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
Post Raisin Bran is your favorite cereal. All right. So we mentioned on here after you left, we said, "Hey guys, you're not going to believe this, but Jeff Smith's favorite cereal
Too funny.
is Post Raisin Bran."
Stop it. Stop it.
So some of the guys got together. Go ahead, open it up, and sent you something.
No way.
Check this out.
Yeah, so there's the letter. So
A gift for you. I thought it would be far more useful than the Crocs. I was going to send both of you as a gag gift. This is our way of thanking you as well. D. Jeff Smith from Baba, Bobby, B, Cornut, and the other usual suspects.
So the fans have bought you a case.
Oh my god, dude. This is
So it's like a
awesome.
weekend.
This is... No, I can't overdo it, but this is awesome.
And this show
Where do you get a case of cereal from?
Amazon.
They should have never taught me this. I didn't know this is...
This was a
I
thing?
just go to Publix.
No, and dude, you can have them send you a box every week.
Sun-made raisins.
Yeah, love something.
And this happy moment with Jeff is brought to you by
Morel. Hi-Fi.com, guys. You guys can check it out here on Instagram on Morel_America.
Back to Jeff. Dude, he's like a little kid right now. I think this is almost better than when he sent you the cookies. When Fro sent you cookies.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
they-
The cookies were great, but the cookies are like over the top when you... Yeah. So... And I told you brought me some. We were at Pacific Northwest show too.
So the real question is, I know you'd never do it, but do you eat the cookies as cereal?
No.
Because
that's
that would
way
color-
too sweet. That's way too sweet right there.
Plus, it would color your milk.
Dude, this... Yes, it would ruin my milk at that point. But dude, like no joke, this is... Not only is it good for you,
It
it's
is.
delicious.
Hold on, wait. Listen, is the phone ringing? Yeah, they're not calling.
Yeah, they're not calling. They're not calling. That's awesome. Thanks, guys. This is really gonna... This is what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 boxes? This is August. 12 boxes.
Johnny Bolin says hi.
Hi, Johnny. It'll probably get me through the first of the year. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It'll get me through the first of the year.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Eat them fast. They have expiration dates.
What do we decide that he needs a shirt? This is what? The cereal?
Oh, the serial
serial
killer. Yeah, the serial killer. Yeah.
Yeah, with me in front of a laptop, tuning the car with a bowl of cereal.
Wait.
Sweet. Very cool.
That's awesome.
Speaking of Morel, that's the other box.
Yes, I did.
So we got the two boxes we've been waiting for.
New
Well,
Integra 4.
the new Integra 4s are up front, and then the new
Components.
components are over there.
Yeah.
So
People at Morel are pretty cool, huh?
they're all right. I mean, they're okay. I mean, Tosh is cool. Casey's questionable. You know, but whatever.
We need to get Casey on to talk about his new car.
Yes.
Yes. I told you, like, we got to talk about, like, what he thinks.
I think see that's a good one though. I don't know if I'd want to have Junior or Casey on.
Well, we can have both.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
both to talk about Junior's install and then
Yeah,
Casey
what
to talk
he
about
did,
the actual
yeah.
product. Because I've only seen a few small pictures of it, like when
Right.
you showed me that day. I didn't know he even got it back yet, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be cool.
All right.
No, they actually upload more.
All right. Well,
You
we'll
can
add
check it
it.
out on Morel. High five.
I will have to go check it out on their. It's on their Instagram page.
It's on their Instagram page. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's Morel_America.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Natasha, the workhorse. Did I show you the swag she sent us?
No.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my. Go grab this. Go grab. Dude, she
It's a lot of
is.
stuff,
She's
right?
incredible. Like,
They do have good swag.
Dude, I keep telling her she needs to like sell that as a service to manufacturers because they suck.
So, Knowledge Fest Las Vegas, they had the dice,
Yes.
right? So I still have the dice. I still love the dice.
Right.
Then they had the keychain, the really nice leather
Yes.
keychain. I have a couple of
Oh,
those.
but wait.
Oh, you're gonna look.
And then
So this is the new keychain.
with a bottle opener.
Yeah.
So they automatically assume we all drink.
We do.
So
I mean, that's perfect for IBC
yeah, for sure.
or the Latino cola that
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, there you
You
go.
know, because I don't know how Fernando opens those magically, but I'm white, so
That's
it
awesome.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
All right.
Got this.
I still haven't figured this one out
This
totally.
has to be
Even the packaging is
Oh,
pretty
they're
unique.
dude, it's insane. It's insane.
Natasha's. It's on point. All right.
So this has a thermostat on it,
So you know how cool your drink is?
but it's
Or
weird. So,
hot.
or I'm guessing hot or
It has to
cold.
be
because-
now it has a filter inside.
So open it up, and it's got this weird filter in it. So we're trying to figure out. I'm assuming it's for coffee or tea or something. But yeah,
Dude, that's cool.
yeah, right? Yeah,
Super cool. That right there, that is like.
pretty awesome.
You know what? I would imagine to see something like this on like a wine glass, like
Yes.
something really high end.
Yeah.
So you know how chill your wine is, but
You know what? No, actually, this is a voltmeter.
Well, that's what I
you
thought.
drink it?
Well, so when I thought it, that's what I was like. Why is this?
You like it.
When I first opened the box, I was like, why is there a voltmeter on the top of my
hand
drink?
wash only. Do not microwave. Stainless steel vacuum mug, dude. That is too cool. And it's 3D raised. And
Oh, dude, it's so sexy.
Just for your milk.
Pinky's up.
Oh, pinky's out all the way.
All the time. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, man.
So apparently now I've started a mug collection. I was unaware, but yeah, I have started a
you
mug
have the hat
collection.
collection down. So
Yeah.
These are the new hybrids.
Yeah.
Integra.
Yeah.
Dude, look how shallow that is.
I know, it's sick.
So you remove the
I mean,
grill?
I guess they figured out the
it's flangeless.
yes. Yeah, so you can imagine why it's flangeless, right? Flangeless.
Dude, you...
Yeah.
So, this is like... Hold on. Okay, because the other one had the flanges on it.
Yes.
Now this is... Dude, this is going to drop into like so many stock locations now.
Yes.
That's super cool.
And of course, you have the laser. You can make any flange you want.
Yeah, but I'm looking at this now and I'm just like, dude, that's super cool. Man, it's good stuff.
Yeah. So these are the hybrid Integras. Integra means coaxial.
Correct. Yeah, point source.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they share magnets for
Still
tweeter and
separate
mid-range.
Passive crossover. Dude, this
Yeah.
is super cool.
I think in this bag there might be wing corners to attach to the mid-range.
Okay, if you need that type of installation.
Yeah, so it still has like the corner holes.
And on today's cup,
Oh Jesus, it's got
There's
another
even
one.
more.
Oh my God! You know, I saw that
It's carbon
one.
fiber.
Yeah. Oh, that's
This
the
is
new.
neat.
That's
What does it say?
neat.
Premium what? Premium
car
car
audio.
audio. Okay.
Man, you need to meet some of these guys at Morel.
Yeah.
You need to get the hookup, bro.
I've known Casey for years.
Yeah, but they
and-
just
and
don't love you
Natasha,
like
but
that, I guess.
They make some pretty cool swag, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, she needs to like pimp her service out.
My swag collection is agnostic, no matter the brand, car audio equipment, because I'm a lover of car stereo all around.
Oh yeah.
So Comes with a nice one. Oh, okay. This comes in this kit.
Yeah. They always give you the big sticker.
What is this new piece of paper here? Verify?
So no, this is always. So what this does is there's a sticker on the magnet, and if you peel this back, you can that'll tell you if it's a Morel product or not.
Right
Oh,
here?
if it's real or fake.
Yes.
So you put it in here to verify. You see?
Oh,
Yeah. So you can see the.
that's super cool.
So it's got a polarized sticker on it.
Genuine. Okay, that's how you authenticate.
Yes. Oh, and it was funny too because like a month ago there was a guy that got it and he didn't have that and he was freaking out in case he was on vacation. And so he's like, "Oh crap! I need to know if I bought a real one or a fake one." And he was like losing his mind. And luckily they figured it all out in the end, and he had a real one. So
Must be nice to be copied as a speaker brand, right?
I think it's a good form of flattery. Yeah. You know, if you can't do it yourself, copy somebody else's. Oh yeah.
Dude, that's super sexy. This is
that
MT300 or MT450?
300.
MT300s. See, I'm learning.
I was just gonna say which tweeter is it because I have no idea.
MT300s. Yeah.
I mean, as we figured out, they're both the same size. So
Yeah, one's just vented backplate, and the other sealed, 300 sealed, 450 is vented.
yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Dude, that's awesome.
What's that cone made out of? Is that aluminum?
This
or is it plastic?
No, this is the poly. Hold on.
Polyplastic.
I'm not even going to guess because I'm still learning their stuff.
Can we just say plastic for now?
Yeah. Let's just say plastic. But they're all hex.
Natasha's like, it's not plastic.
Natasha's just giggling. She has no idea. That's Casey's job.
Dude, dash installs, pillar installs. Look how tiny this thing is.
Oh yeah.
Still huge voice coil.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yes, Abraham, it is.
Very cool.
Do you guys need like a moment alone?
I mean,
Okay, then you unscrew here, and you probably take the ring off, and then you add the other ring for the flanges on it.
That's a possibility.
Three screws on the back.
Yeah.
Yep. See, look here in the instructions. It shows how you add the flanges. Oh, they snap onto the basket.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because that's how they do it with the mid range. The dome mid. It comes with little metal pieces that.
CMD 700.
Yeah. That they have little. It's cool because like in a Toyota, what's nice is that you can use 2, you can use 4, you can use 3, you can use whatever you want. So
To go from BMW, Mercedes.
yeah,
whatever.
and so like in a Toyota, when you're trying to get that one up in the dash there, after you make it bigger, you can. They're not right across from one another to get the screw points, so you can move them anywhere you want on the basket, which is really pretty sweet.
This is your next ad right here. You got the cereal and the speaker. Too funny. That's awesome, man. Dude, this is super cool. What are these going in? Or are these just tests?
No, they're going in the little boxes that we bought. So remember the little Dayton Audio boxes. So
These are going to K-Fest or
no, they're
oh,
just
just for the wall?
just for us, just for us to play with. So we'll do a nice unboxing video, and then we'll throw them in the boxes, and we'll let everybody hear them.
Very cool. Very cool.
Don't leave me
So are
alone
the
with them.
5s and the 6s this shallow in the new series as well?
No,
They're still
because
normal.
those still use the Elate basket. So the hybrid typically uses the Elate basket.
This is just new.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is new for a specific reason.
All the new hotness. This is super cool.
Yeah.
just wonder, what is this screw for?
There again, I feel like this speaker is.
So I think this is. Well, no, I don't know. I don't know what this is for.
Yeah, that might be for. Hold on, check it here. It's for that. It's the same basket, so it's for the tweeter
Okay,
or the mid range.
okay.
Because remember, everything's bi-ampable, so it's
Oh,
the
yeah,
same
yeah,
basket.
yeah.
You know,
Somebody thought forward in that design.
I mean, they created the Iron Dome. I'm pretty sure this was something they could kick out in a couple hours. Jeff, question: which battery brand do you have in your car? Is it lithium, worth it, or average Joe with a 6100 and a
I have the
LC1800?
anti-gravity series of batteries. It is a lithium. It's expensive compared to normal AGM lead acid or AGM or a multiple lead acids. But is it worth it? To me, 100%, because of the amount of key off listening that I do. I can get multiple hours of higher voltage listening. I think the last time I tested, I was at 4. Well, my amplifiers keep changing, but when I still had the P6 and P1 amplifiers in my car, I could get over 4 hours of listening before I dropped below 12 volts.
Wow.
So, dude, it was awesome. And then you have to have a special lithium charger for it to, charge it in a specific way. But you never see 14 volts. Never. Like, lithiums just don't, well, these particular ones, you never see 14 volts. But, dude, I can get 4 hours from 13, like my resting voltage is like 13.6.
Yeah.
You don't see 13 volts when your car's off.
No.
Right? Key off, 13.6, 13.8, all the way down to, like, I think to right at 12 volts was about 4 hours.
Wow.
Then quick charge and it's already back up. But yeah, lithiums are awesome. So, do I suggest it? If you're a big key off listener, yes. If your car is running and so forth and so on, and you're only listening while you're driving and stuff like that, would it benefit? Voltage is more stable in my opinion, but your alternator is still charging the batteries and everything else. But lithium's my choice. So if I'm going to have somebody who's going to do a big system that's going to be doing lots of key off listening, lithium's the way to go.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Uncle Bobby B says hi.
What's up, Bobby?
Got to thank him for his cereal.
Yeah, thanks for the cereal, Bobby. Yeah, when a doctor's like, so why are you so vitamin deficient? Oh, I've been eating the cereal.
Oh no, those have vitamins and minerals, man. It's Post, bro. It's Raisin Bran. And you'll be regular, so.
Lots of milk and cereal will keep you regular, yeah?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
This is super cool right here, though.
Yeah, I like it.
So we'll be back to the Porsche install videos next week.
Yeah. There's part 3.
Well, there's probably going to be a 3, 4, and 5, but they're not edited yet. So, but no, we had a couple other things we had to take care of, but yes, no, we'll be back to the Porsche. Will be next week. You'll get at least 2 Porsche videos next week for sure, and then I don't know when it'll finish. What is the last song Jeff was listening to?
You don't want to know that. You don't want to know that. Now, pulling up to here today, the last song I was listening to.
You don't want to know that.
Yeah, you don't want to know that. It was some old school bass, hip hop bass, really bass heavy Florida music. It's middle of the day here. It's lunchtime, so windows was down, and I was letting the speakers enjoy themselves, giving them a full midday workout.
So are we talking 80s or 90s?
Like early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Early 2000s.
So angry stuff.
Not
No?
necessarily angry. Just
Enjoyable.
as I like to refer to them at certain times, hood classics.
Okay, there we go. Hood classics.
Hood classics.
So you still judge cars.
Yes.
Do you compete?
Sometimes locally, typically, because at the major events I'm typically judging. But here locally, if I get an itch for trying out a new tune or whatever, then yeah, locally, Iasca, I'll do expert class. When we had Mecca here, I would do master class, and then Emma, when we had that here, I would do the master OEM class, which is all stock locations, because that's how everything in my Camry currently is all stock locations.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool.
We need to get Fernando back in the lane again.
He's never been in the lane.
Well, he came to a show. Oh, no, that's right. You didn't compete that day, but you came to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down at Danny's. So, and then there's a Mustang that's got all this equipment stacked up in the corner.
Believe me, man. That guy.
All this had. Did you even put a radio on that thing yet? No, the Camaro had a radio on it.
No, he has a GS9.
No, I'm talking about the Mustang outside.
Oh, that is nothing.
It's nothing. Yeah. The Camaro had a radio in it.
Camaro had a radio in it. It did, but then it went back to factory.
Did you ever take the time to go look at the enclosure that Nick built in that convertible Mustang?
No.
Yeah, you got it.
I know. I haven't. Yeah. No, I'm still on the fence with amplifiers.
Yes.
So I'm torn. So it's either the Moscone Pro, it's over the Moscone Pros.
430?
Well, whatever,
Yeah.
some form of Moscone Pro. The Ground Zero, whatever the one up is from there. What is it called?
The reference.
Reference.
It's ugly.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
He's probably watching. And then there was something else, but I don't remember what it was. Zen 9. No.
No.
No. So, I don't know. I'm still trying to.
MPS Morels?
No, I'd have to go too many of them.
Yeah, because there's only 2 channels in.
Yeah, I don't want 10 amplifiers. 3 tops.
Yeah.
So
Why don't you did like 2 5 channels?
they're sitting right there. Already got them. Changed my mind. So no, but I mean, I want something huge. I want big.
You want to make a statement?
Yeah, no, I just want something big and stupid.
Yeah, because
I mean-
it's a convertible, so you need a lot of volume.
Yes, I want
You
something
need
big and
top
stupid.
Up, preset 1, top up. Preset 2, top down.
Top down, or top up, we'll never have to worry about.
Yeah.
Because the top is.
Yeah, because every time I see you going home at night, you have top down.
I'm not. Yeah, the only time the top is not down is if it's raining.
Yeah.
I will freeze my butt off in the wintertime for us. I mean,
Yeah, Florida.
Yeah, it's as cold as it
60
gets.
degrees. Yeah.
Hi, Jeff. Dean gave me a great answer about checking SQ boxes, but SQ components seem opinion-based compared to DB drag, which is strictly DB-based. What do you listen for?
As far as the component, he's asking.
Yeah,
or the
so
person's
what-
Asking,
Yeah. So I'm guessing to summarize here, like we get what most people look for in a subwoofer, but how would you decide? Like you have Audio Frog right now.
Right. So I have Audio Frog in my car now. And this is what I've had to explain to a lot of people, and like that's what I put in Angie's car as well, right?
Yep.
And multiple people have heard her car because she travels everywhere nonstop, and they're always like, "Dude, we've never heard Frog sound like this." And I'm like, "Well, guess what? Audio Frogs are great speakers. Guess what? Morel are great speakers. Focals are great speakers. Illusions are great speakers. It all has to do with if they have the basic sound characteristics that you enjoy for your personal choice, right?
Right.
So, and I've used all those speakers, and I can add the little salt and pepper, like we like to say when you get done with a tune, right? Once you get past your target curve, I can add the little salt and pepper that I like or that whoever's car I'm working on likes to give them that sparkle they want, to give them that extra mid-bass they want. For me, it's all about having a tweeter that is super transparent, that doesn't color the music, that doesn't over-accentuate the original recording. I mean, and if I really go back and like do some hardcore listening with my high-end headphones or listen to my 2-channel system and then compare it to the car, the reflections and other things you get in cars kind of sway some of those opinions, but you want a speaker that sounds extremely natural, first and foremost, right? Everything is not boom tick,
Right.
right? So having a speaker that's very warm and natural sounding, that doesn't color the music the way it was recorded, is extremely important. So that's why you get a lot of these companies that off-the-shelf speakers and only listen to them in demo boards or in boxes and never put them in a car, and then someone buys them and goes, "Ugh, this is not what I wanted," because no one's ever physically listened to them
In a car.
in a car.
Right.
So that's a big difference. So my opinion of what I think makes a good speaker, it has to sound natural. First
So,
and foremost.
second part to the question is, when judging a competition, and I think this is one of those things that we've kind of explained, when judging a competition, what do you listen for?
So in every competition organization, whether it be IASCA, EMA, MASC, MECA, whatever the situation may be, there is a judging disc or CD or files or whatever, their songs, and then there's a score sheet, and based upon that, you have so many points for tonality, so many points for imaging, so many points for staging. Luckily, the EMA score sheet gives you a personal enjoyment, section, and you can actually look at the judging rule book, and the rule book says if the system exhibits these particular characteristics, it's within this range of points. Then it's up to the judge who has been trained and who is certified to be an actual judge to administer the proper points for that particular sound in that vehicle. So it's not like we just get in the car, throw in Flashdance or
oh, come on, man, you know you do.
Else, and just go, yeah, this sounds good. No, that sounds like crap. No, there's a specific
So
amount.
it's technical.
It's extremely technical because you have certain tracks that are used for tonality, certain tracks that are used for imaging, certain tracks that are used. Remember the whole Jeff, where's my CD?
Yeah.
Right. So I asked.
Well, these guys might not know about that video that we shot.
So
If you'd really like to know more, Jeff and I did a video where we went to an IASCA competition, and we sat in the car, and he basically walked us through the whole process of what you're trying to do, because it really doesn't matter the speakers and the setup. It more has to do with you ticking boxes.
Correct.
So it's kind of like NASCAR. It's who can make the same car go around the track faster. But yet,
yeah, so the new NASCAR format, yeah. So when you have all these different phases and everything else, but in the end, it's who's the better performer. In the end, that's the way it goes. So that's why the competition thing, it's truly fun, and a lot of people go, it's too technical, it's not fun, like how SPL shows are, where you just come in and blow up your system, right? You turn it up as loud as you can to see who can make it the loudest. So the thing about competition is that it's just that it's fun. It's not what any of us do for a living. Even though we do car stereo for a living, competitions are not. We don't get paid at the end of a competition. Like that's not how this works.
You're doing the wrong competitions, man.
We're not like Mel where we get belts and rings and crowns and cape. No. We're
acrylic panels.
Yeah, we're lucky if we get a piece of paper that says, "Oh, you did great," you know. But except when you get to the bigger shows.
So it's personal enjoyment.
Yeah, it's really personal enjoyment. And then if you want to compete at those levels, which I highly recommend everyone that has a system. I mean, it doesn't take anything super crazy to compete, right? Come out and have fun and get to listen to other people's cars. That's half of the enjoyment, is listening to other people's interpretations of.
And, we have a lot of people asking, like, okay, what's the best 6.5 component I can buy for sound quality? What's the best subwoofer for sound quality? I always think, like, going to these events and tell the guy, the owner, hey, can I listen to your car?
Right.
Just to have that idea of what cars sound.
Right.
Yeah, but then ask them, hey, man, after the competition, can I hear what it sounds like at 5 o'clock on a Friday coming home from work? Because that's going to be what you want to hear.
That's legit my thing, because guess what? I have audio frog speakers in my car. I have arc amps in my car. I have kicker subs in my car. And does it sound good? Yes, it sounds good.
No, it's okay. I'm joking.
But you know what's going to happen when it's every other Friday? What do we call them? PDFs? Payday Fridays?
Yeah.
Dude, windows down, sunroof open.
Now you know why I bought a convertible.
And I let it have it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And dude,
dynamic and joy.
My system, from preset 1 to preset 2, my system goes from very nice, precise, capable of sound to the cops.
Raw.
The cops are going to look for me. Right?
Well, that's just because we live in Florida.
Yeah. We live in Florida now. But I mean, it's... Yeah, you have to be able to enjoy your system, no matter what brand it is. As long as you enjoy your system, that's the most important thing.
So, somebody obviously doesn't know who you are.
Jeff.
So, what is your title and who do you work for?
I work for AMP Global, and my title is Global Director of Training and Events.
Now, the next question would be, audio control or DSR1?
Audio control. Well, they both have their attributes.
I know, you don't have to answer that. You just let it go. By the way, AMP Global owns audio control.
At least audio control has a password.
At least audio control does have a password.
At least for the DSR1, I can flip individual speaker face.
Yeah, well, listen, every DSP has its plus and minuses.
Yeah.
And that's what makes them different, because...
They're all great, and we can make them all sound... We can make any car sound good.
Yeah, give me a crappy camera, I'll take a good picture. Yeah,
step 1.
All right, so what kicker subs are you running?
I have the Kicker 10-inch L7Ts.
There you go.
Yeah, the shallow 10-inch squares.
But where are they sitting, Jeff?
No comment. No comment.
It's in process.
No comment. They're constantly moving around. No comment. So.
How about the Phoenix Gold DSP, Jeff?
Oh, still great. We don't sell it anymore, but it was a great piece.
It was. That software
was
that software was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I wish that would have got a rev.
Yeah.
I still got mine. You probably still got 6 of them.
I have a lot of them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I've been an installer and competitor on and off for 25 years, and I've never heard a good sounding free air sub. Have any of you?
Plenty. What are you talking about? Plenty. So that's another thing, is that's just like anything else. Some people, if you've ever heard a good bandpass box, people go, dude, bandpass are awesome. But if you've ever heard a bad bandpass box, they go, dude, it wasn't worth all the effort.
Correct.
Free air is the exact same way. Because a lot of people use the wrong woofer in a free air application. Because back in the day, manufacturers, literally everyone made sealed quarter boxing subwoofers and free air.
IBs.
Pioneers, IMPPs, they had a dedicated free air woofer, a dedicated seal box woofer. Orion, you had red stripe, blue stripe, and then IB.
Yep.
Right?
Okay.
Then Kicker had their free air woofers, their gold letter free air woofers. MTX made eliminators. There were dedicated free air woofers. I mean, every company used to do this back in the day, because this is back when cars were huge, and you could put multiple woofers in a trunk, and it would be great. Just make sure you had a proper seal from front to rear. Still the same way.
Yeah.
Proper seal from front to rear. Now you have this newer generation of guys who are all internet guys who see Peter doing his wacky stuff over in Europe, right? Putting 24s, right? 24s and 18s, and
Dude, one day you're gonna be over in Europe, and Peter's gonna walk up behind you and go, "Hey, Jeff," and you're gonna be like,
No, me and Peter are cool, man. I've met Peter a couple times, but literally Peter's Honda has, well, back then it had 2 18s, horn loaded it through the vent throughout the floor in his car, from 15 hertz down. Dude, you're talking 150 dB in a sound cue car, because he had that much cone area and that much power to push these. Dude, it was amazing. But yeah, free air subwoofers, man. It's one of those things that it's really simple to get wrong. If you don't seal the speaker from front, just like a good door speaker. If you don't seal the speaker from front to rear,
100%.
you're going to lose all that mid-bass snap and that capability. So free air subwoofers are exactly the same. JL still makes awesome free air subwoofers for marine applications, and there's a couple of competitors that use them now in their installs. There's a guy from California. I don't know why his name is blanking in my mind right now. But Mark Bruno. Mark Bruno has a Dodge Challenger, purple Dodge Challenger, that has the JL 12-inch free air marine subwoofers behind his back seat. The sub bass in his car is awesome.
And I think this second comment here kind of sums up why. Because I heard a Kicker free air sub in a rear deck of a car replacing the 6x9. It seemed like the 6x9s gave better bass. And I think that's what you were talking about when you said it's the isolation of the front to the back, and a lot of people do these wrong.
Yep.
And they blame the product.
And they blame the product.
Right?
Well, and there again, free air just means it's not like you can just hold it and it's going to produce bass. The front and the back wave can never see one another.
Correct.
When Nathan built his 4 IB10s, Orion IB10s in the Impala back in the day, it was 3 layers of birch, and then basically it was 3 layers of birch behind the seat, 3 layers of birch on the rear deck, and then he foamed the whole back of the car from the front of the car, so there was no air anywhere between the front and back of the car.
Yep.
And it was insane.
That's the same thing with, like, you see guys who only put their sub boxes in the back and fire them toward the trunk of the car, right? And then when you turn a box around forward, it sounds like crap, right? But that's because it's not sealed the right way. So, like, if you see a lot of the guys, like Chris and the guys up at OTS, they do a lot of their sub enclosures facing forward.
Yeah.
But that's because they've learned you face it forward and then you seal it off. They'll foam it and roadkill and everything else to get that proper seal. And once you get that seal right, that box firing forward sounds just as good as a box firing back with way less rattles, right? way
You
less
just
racket.
have to do the work.
You just have to do the work to ensure that the sound is not going to it's not going to cancel itself and have big, huge standing waves in the trunk of a vehicle like that.
So I think this also is the last question is last free air question: would they work best in infinite baffle then? When I think that's where the confusion lies, is that a free air woofer is essentially an infinite baffle driver.
Yes.
So you have to, an infinite baffle or free air is whichever word you choose, you have to make sure that the front and the back of the woofer are totally separated. So an infinite baffle or free air driver just means that it needs such a large enclosure
Correct.
that it's considered free air.
Correct.
But it still needs a box.
Yeah,
just
you're
a really big one.
Correct.
The trunk becomes the box.
Right, the trunk becomes the box, or technically the interior cabin becomes the other side of the enclosure.
Yeah, if you vent it to the outside of the car.
Right, so I mean, it just totally depends upon how you, but yes, there's no enclosure because you're not going to put, you got to think, the trunk in most vehicles today is anywhere from 9 to 15 cubic feet.
Okay.
You're not putting an enclosure, 9 to 15 cubic feet, unless you're putting in, a quad box?
That's still small by comparison.
Quad box is tiny compared to some of the enclosure I've seen. But yeah, I mean, you're going to get, and that's another thing is you have to understand what your customer wants and what your output expectations are.
Yeah.
Because can you make free air loud? Yeah, you can make free air loud, but free air is only going to be loud at lower frequencies. It's not going to be.
It's not what most people
It's
want
not
from a
gonna be
ported
windows
212 box.
Down, bass heavy.
Right.
Like the way most people remember or came to love bass riding around. You're not going to get free air like that. You know, I mean, it has to be the right vehicle. But we don't have Camaros and Firebirds and Trans Ams like we had back in the day. You know?
Well, I mean, yeah, it just depends.
Yeah.
Remember Jason that he came here with the dog, the German Shepherd?
Yeah.
Jason, he lives in Georgia.
Yeah.
So he actually cut the spare tire, put the subwoofer in there, sealed the whole thing.
Yeah, he
and
has a
it's
single 24.
Single 24, and I was like, oh my
Jason Carter.
God, dude.
Yeah.
Jason Carter. Yeah, Bat Dog. Bat Dog Garage. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like he did an amazing job in the whole thing.
His car does 150 dB at like 10 hertz or something stupid, right? But yeah, I mean, it's
took the time to do the work and everything.
you have to do the work. You have to do the work. And he has an entire hatch available. You can't see anything in that vehicle. And that's the way we build a lot of cars like that. Like even my old Accord was the same way. At 215s and 9 amps, as you can see, and then the sub amp was behind the seat. And we would invert the subwoofer so that the magnets face forward, the cones face back, and you still have 85 to 75% of your trunk space left on a free air scenario instead of this big huge coffin of a vented or sealed enclosure in the bed.
I'll take the coffin. I like the coffin.
There you go.
He says, in response to all of that, he says, well, thank you very much for clarifying.
Not a problem.
Azzaroni, wow, hi-fi, car audio, and Mr. Jeff Smith. Hi from Israel. Love Morel.
Hello.
Yes, we should go to Israel.
We should go to Israel.
We should. I'm down.
Hit up Casey and Natasha and be like,
Oh, dude, Natasha would.
Road trip.
Natasha would already. We don't listen. We don't have to convince Natasha.
I'll bring the snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
I got the bolt. Let's go.
How does the trunk become the box when the base hits so hard the trunk separates from the body of the car like a Cadillac Brougham? Dude, that's called gorilla in the trunk syndrome.
They're overthinking.
Oh, King Kong. I got King Kong in my trunk. You're gonna be listening to that on the way home, by the way.
The amount of pressure and a typical trunk lid and seal, you're not gonna have.
But they want that. That's the best part.
What you're not thinking about is the amount of pressure that's on the other side of that speaker. So now you have a smaller area in the trunk, right? That's acting as your enclosure. Then you have this larger area, your passenger cabin area, that is taking that pressure and propagating it to the lower bass tones inside that vehicle, right? This is what happens when you port a subwoofer enclosure through the rear deck. You get all your bass, or you start cutting holes in the rear deck to get more bass from the trunk back into the car.
And I feel that's always hit or miss too. Getting that hole just right. Because if you make it too small, you starve the woofer. If you make it too big, it becomes like floppy.
Then that's really going to depend on what the enclosure itself is already
Right.
doing, because essentially if you're losing bass at that point in time, that almost means your enclosure's incorrect. Because
right.
because I mean technically you shouldn't, because typically when you open a window the bass should get louder because you're able to move more air.
Right.
You're able to excite more air. So if you're venting it back into the car, I mean, I would think the more the merrier, so you can get all the volume from the trunk back inside and
You would hope.
reduce the amount of rattles you're going to have. You know, you're going to reduce
Hey,
the
Tommy.
amount of the King Kong in your trunk at that point, you know.
So I like this one only because there's a manufacturer that does it right now. How hard would it be to IB in a truck? Have you heard that one yet?
It would be doing like a cut through. It would be doing like an
a
old school blow through.
Yeah.
Well, Ford.
Yep.
BO.
Now,
Ford has,
yeah,
yeah.
2022.
Yep. They have that woofer that vents out
Yeah.
the rear wall. I mean, it's
Yep. So actually the new Ford BO system in the F-150, F-250, the F-Series body uses an IB sub. We call it the football.
Yep.
And they have a giant hole in the bed of the pickup truck with a screen on it.
Yeah.
And so when you fold the seat down, you just see this. It's about the size of a rugby ball that sits back there. And there's a subwoofer that size in it. It just vents out the rear of the car.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you just...
all the BMW underseat woofers are the exact same way.
Not all of them.
They vent into the frame rail of the vehicle.
Yes.
Or there's a few of them that vent straight out the vehicle.
Yeah.
Then you have the newer Volvos and Mercedes vehicles that have the subwoofer in the firewall. That
Yeah.
vent out into the engine cabin. I mean, the engine compartment, or vent into those empty panels, you know, within the front of the vehicle. But that's one thing that Nick Apicella did in his Volvo system from last year to this year. He cut a hole in the firewall and added the subwoofer to the firewall, like how the newer Volvos have. His particular Volvo had the location but didn't have the speaker there, so now he added
that.
Nice.
that to it. Dude, it's a huge difference when you have that subwoofer up front like that. But I mean, who wants to Swiss cheese a vehicle? Most people don't. If it's already there, sure,
Yeah.
go for it.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
not? So.
So Image Dynamic is owned by Powerbase,
Yep.
and they still make the ID Max by hand, one at a time. The same guy that has been making them since day one is still making them.
Richard, yeah.
He did finally let them hire him an assistant, because they've been bugging him for years to let them hire somebody else. So apparently when I was talking with them last, they had finally hired someone that he would work with to help him move that along. Screw it, just do a French horn, says Tommy. You need help. Will Jeff show us his car this afternoon?
No.
No. Yeah, no. Jeff's car is kind of a work in progress. Think of it more as a lab than anything else.
Stops and do.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
Not now, it's not. I mean,
Let's be honest.
Because dude, when I had all the other stuff in there, when I first did the install, it was wonderful. I mean, there was nothing to see because all the amps,
Right.
still the amps are under the
still
seats.
high, yeah.
Right.
So I literally take everything out to show it, but it'll be there one day.
So now you sound like Dean.
Yeah, but at least my car has more aftermarket stuff in it.
Wow. Hey man, I just put on some fender flares. All right, I feel good about that.
Now the car is fast.
I put some light flares, some rear fender flares.
Gotta get on some curves.
I got my seat covers on,
Yeah.
the butts only.
Spend an hour doing all that.
Yeah, I ordered factory fit Mustang seat covers for the bottoms. They look spectacular, and we took us 20 minutes to get them on. So
Oh, nice.
this is the real Jeff Smith.
That's the real one.
Yeah, just me.
Yeah. Well, listen, guys. Thank you so much for playing with us. Thank you so much for buying Jeff this box of cereal. You guys know who you are. Jeff will, of course, take donations of Raisin Bran cereals to the 5-star location.
This is going to last forever.
No,
No,
won't.
no.
I was gonna say,
No.
Jesus, man.
At least
It's gonna go back home.
at least until April 2025.
Yeah, it'll be gone way before then.
Oh.
It'll be going way.
It'll be
before
gone way before then. So thank you very much, guys, for making a
Thanks,
little boy's
guys.
dream come true. I'm talking about myself, not you. That's it. You guys have a great rest of your day. Don't forget, Saturday we'll be doing our show. It is Thursday, which means I will be on Hi-Fi Vega Network. And, of course, then we have Side Jag tonight. We're going to be talking about 2 movies, the new Prey, Predator movie, as well as Buzz Lightyear.
The new Predator movie?
Yeah, Prey on Hulu. It's really good.
Oh, it's on Hulu.
No, it's really good. It's a full movie. It's actually part
That's
of...
why I haven't heard of it, because it's on. Was it in a movie theater?
No.
Okay,
They bought it. Yeah. Sorry, who goes to the movie theater? Anyways, tomorrow morning is Friday. We go to the news at 9 o'clock at the end of Fernando's Dark Car Stereo Clips. Make sure to tune in. You guys have a great rest of your day.
See ya.
Bye. What's up, Tommy? I don't know what he's doing. Hello. How are you? It's just a Tundra. It's got a 511 in it. It's the X511. What's up, Marty? Paragon in the house. Hey, the Stinger's for sale if anybody's interested. Might have already been sold, but if you want that awesome Gladen Stinger,
You want to own it.
you want to own the Stinger with the Gladen system, and that, that's available. Hey, from Iowa, what's going on, man? How you been?
It's available to you.
So, this is obviously a Tundra, right?
Yeah.
Tundra? Yeah, so we got a Toyota Tundra, and not sold yet. There you go. Moments are, give him a promo.
All right. Hey guys, welcome to the show. If you guys haven't seen the amazing Stinger from Mike, it has tons of Moscone and Gladen. It's amazing, sounds amazing, looks amazing. Contact him. He can give you a price, and you can own a very nice car. It sounds amazing.
And looks amazing.
And it looks amazing.
And it's got lights. He's in Vegas.
It has a lot. Yeah, it's in Vegas. Contact him. He's in there. You can put your contact if you want to here. And yeah.
Yep. So if you haven't seen the
guys.
car, head over to YouTube, check out the video.
Check the video. Yeah.
So this had the older Alpine restyle unit in it, which is sitting right here in this box. He sold it to a friend of his. He's upgrading. You bet, man. He upgraded. He wanted the new hotness, so he went from the 9 to the 11. And as you can see, this it pulled it in nice and tight. I mean, that's it. That's all we got. We got that little gap right there.
Yeah.
And it took me about an hour to get that little gap to find the secret combination.
One more time.
Yeah, the secret combination of elevation, screen tilt, top, bottom, center. To get it to where it sits in there.
The elevation wasn't right.
Yep. So definitely, if you're doing a Tundra with one of the new Alpines, mount it at the bottom, not at the top. This is the Scotia kit, not the Metra kit. But we've put the pocket on top, sit on the bottom. Their kit wanted it on the bottom. Either way, put it at the bottom, and then put the Alpine to the extended output, and then slide it back further into the dash once you get it. So you actually have to build the whole thing on the bench and then bring it in the car to test fit it. And that's one of the reasons why it just took so long to get it to where, we were looking at just a tiny bit of gap right there. So it pulls in really tight. But yeah, looks good. Looks good. Look at him, he's still over here taking pictures.
I'm trying to.
Good grief, man.
Sometimes.
Is Alpine paying you?
Huh?
Is Alpine paying you
I
or
wish.
something? I know,
I wish.
right? Jeez. I was gonna say.
Hi, Alpine. If you see this commercial, please contact me.
I mean, why would they at this point? What's the price on the Alpine? Is it better than the Kenwood? No, I can tell you right now it's not. It is not better. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what the price is, but this is the 11-inch, so it's an inch bigger.
Okay, so now they're not gonna contact me.
No. Well, there again, it's bigger. I mean, it's bigger. It's newer. it's a single din instead of a double din on the backside. You know, there's a lot of different uses for this than the Kenwood. So I didn't say one was better than the other. We were talking about pricing. Pricing will always get you in the end. Dean asking Nano if the Tundra with the big Tundra logo right in his face. Yes. Well, there again. Sorry, Tommy. Sorry. Oh, speaking of Tommy, you know what tonight is, Fernando?
Tonight is the night. What about tonight?
Are you going to say, tonight is the night we make history, baby, you and I? Okay, good. Tonight is the night. I know you did. It's okay, Tommy. I still love you. Oh, shirts are on the way, Tommy. Shirts are on the way. So tonight on the show, we're going to announce how to win the Ground Zero amplifiers.
So how to enter?
Yeah, how to enter to win. So Ground Zero got their page all set up. So tonight and for the rest of the next 2, I think we have like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks to enter. So you'll have plenty of time. But we're going to talk about it on tonight's show, and then of course we'll come on and we'll remind everybody a million times. So obviously come on to get entered early if you want, but don't worry. South Africa checking in. Quick question: ported or sealed box in a truck? If you have room for a ported box, meaning you have the airspace, you have woofers that'll work, the ported box will give you more bass in the truck and sound better. Sometimes you have to raise the back seat or do some craziness, but if you can get it in there, man, it's definitely worth it. Just got a D 4.800. Any tips? Can't wait to install. Hopefully the tuning off the laptop goes smoothly. Make sure it's up to date. Make sure you've downloaded the most recent edition of the software from the website, the most recent edition. You always want to make sure you have, if it's been sitting on your laptop for 6 months because you've been playing with it, go and re-download it and get the most current firmware version available. And then we did a show not too long ago live on YouTube about how to do the basics of when to save. Saving is very important. You can never save enough because if someone bumps the cable, the car goes dead, the car goes to sleep, you could lose the tune. So always save. If you do, typically every time I do a major adjustment, if I get one side of the car done or one speaker done, I hit save, I go to the next speaker, I hit save. I'm always saving.
Always.
And I save to the preset, and then I save out to the desktop. So there's 2 saves you can do. One will push it over to the amplifier and burn it in, and then the second one will save it to a file so you can re-upload it. Really, at the end of the day, that is the most important thing because you don't want to put a bunch of time into it. Any DSP, I mean, really the only company that's got that on lock is Helix, because they have a memory that you can turn on and it just every minute takes a screen grab of it into memory. Otherwise, every DSP that you work on, you're always hitting save. You're always saving your work. It's kind of like back in the day for you older people such as myself when we used to type, and the computer guys would always say, make sure you save your work. Hey man, make sure you're saving your work. And then the one guy goes, oh,
what am I saving?
Dude, the whole PowerPoint just went away. You didn't save your work. You should have saved your work. And then they figured out that you can autosave. One day we'll be there. One day. Anyways, there you go. Prefer the Smashing Pumpkins song Tonight. I'll have to look that one up. I like Smashing Pumpkins. I probably know what it is. I just don't know else. Oh, there's Haley. I'm just not onto the Smashing Pumpkins. I know every song thing. I installed an LC1i and a 2019 Fusion using GTO, and the amp turns off in 3 minutes and comes back on randomly. Why I use AudioSense, no problem. Go for it. There again, it's whatever works for you. Keep in mind when it's turning on, nothing is turning on and drawing it's always resting amperage rate. So it's not like it's turning on and drawing 60 amps of current. It's turning on, and it will turn on in a Ford randomly because that's just how GTO works. And it's not The GTO that's turning on, keep in mind, it's your car that's turning on and doing that every time. So GTO doesn't just turn on willy-nilly. GTO is looking at the speaker wires, and anytime it sees 6 volts, it turns on. So that means it's your car that is turning on and off all those times and waking up the audio control, or for that matter, any amplifier that uses DC offset, because that's what GTO is DC offset with audio controls, whatever. So your car is always waking up. Your car wakes up when you walk by it. If you have a key fob in your pocket, your car, as soon as you open the door, your car wakes up. As soon as you touch anything in your car wakes up, and then it immediately goes to sleep. However, if the GTO is staying on for 3 minutes, that means your car is staying on for 3 minutes, and that happens. Okay. The only difference is the car manufacturers are not cool enough to put an LED in there that says, "Hey, man, body control module's on. Check me out." So then you have, because you put something with GTO. But no, if AudioSense is working reliably for you, by all means, there's no reason why you can't use it. It will work great. So it's just when AudioSense sometimes doesn't work the way it's supposed to, it gets annoying. But if it's working for you, then yes, use it. There's no reason not to. That's why they give you the option. Alpine is $100 cheaper on Crutchfield. Well, there you go. I'm winning, no shipping. Oh, geez, Christian, let it go. Which are the C2s and C3 mids from Kenwood? Which are the C2 and C3 mids from Kenwood? Good. I'm guessing you just meant R. Yes, we use a ton of the C2s and C3s from Kenwood.
Yeah.
They have an amazing sound. That 2-inch is one of the best sounding 2-inches in its price category, and somewhat out of its price category. You won't be disappointed, that is for sure. How does one Integra? How does one Integra? How does one integrate into an EV like a Tesla? I'm not the expert on Teslas. I've read a ton of information on Teslas. What most people do when integrating into a Tesla so that you don't have problems is you need a second battery no matter what you're doing, just because of the voltage spikes that are going to happen from an amplifier. It can cause lights and service lights and check engine lights and problems in the car. So what we're seeing is that most people are installing like a Stinger switching relay, as well as a secondary small, like motorcycle sized battery into the car in order to limit the amount of voltage regulation that is fed to the factory battery. Now, depending on which Tesla you have, some of the newer Teslas have 15 volts, in which case you have to make sure you get an amplifier that can handle 15 volts. So buyer beware there. Can we shut the truck off?
I mean, I can pull it out.
All right, let's get it out of here. Okay. We can't pull it out. They're in the way. The girls are in the way. There's a car behind them. Oh, also on this Toyota, just check. So we put in a what I like to call the child cam. So we put a little Alpine makes a front cam, and it's a front cam only. You can barely see it. There you go. So there it is. It's snug in there, really, really nice up into there. But Alpine makes a front camera. Oh, okay, this makes no sense. Obviously, they could have made one camera and made one front, made one rear. Or I mean, just made a jumper or a loop that you cut on like everything else. But no, they made one that's just front, and they made one that's just rear. So if you're looking for a front cam, that's great. You can get it from Alpine, because Alpine now has one that is just a front cam. So they flip the image for you. But yes, that's the new front cam. Thanks for the tip. You're the man. No, you're welcome. How you doing, Haley? What's up, guys? I'm on my 6th day of trying out this COVID. It ain't for me. Dude, man, sorry about that. I totally understand. COVID sucks. Would you agree, Haley? How's that sandwich? Spectacular. All right. All right, let's just fast forward here to the bottom. Hi, Haley.
Hi.
My bad. I sent this message all fast, but yeah, I was wondering if it was the C2 or C3 speakers that you said was really good. Thank you. Now I know it's the C2. Yeah, the C2. Well, the C2 is nice. The C3, like if you have room for a C3, always go with the C3. If you don't have room for the C3 will not disappoint. Because the C3 has a tweeter. What? Oh, it just clears his glasses. Like
16.
Oh, there you go. Guess we got lucky on that one. All right, guys, listen. Tonight is Saturday, which means we're going to be live at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's going to be a Q&A show, so stay tuned for that. We hope you guys will join us at 6 o'clock. YouTube, Facebook, wherever you want. Doesn't matter. We'll be on both. There's a link already posted up so you can join. We're going to eat our sandwiches.
Yeah, and this show is brought to you by Morel.
Yes, it is. All right. You guys have a great day. We'll see you tonight. Bye.